levels and rivals. So like bronze, gold, whatever. So it'll pop up if people subscribe.
Oh, cool.
And then I've got some emotes that I'll put in. Got like a twerking Jeff.
Where's that come from?
How do you work badges though?
You just have to upload them, and they appear next to people when
When you chat?
they subscribe. And so it'll like
Can-
for every so often it'll update the longer they've been subscribed.
Can somebody have, I guess, kind of ready to go the Discord, or not the Discord, the Patreon link? You can put it in the chat.
Yeah,
Sounds
I'll
like
actually pull up Nightbot and make a command for it.
Nice. See,
Look at you
smooth.
knowing
Smooth.
things.
Yeah. These
Do
kids
you guys know how to do that?
No.
I know nothing.
So Nightbot.tv is the website, and then all you do is it's already added to our chat. So all you have to do is log in, and then it's just a list of commands. So you create the command, and so like Discord is !Discord, and you can link it.
El Ravager. You lurking it.
How do you log in with the Twitch login?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't log into any of the things because it'd be like, who's this hacker from Canada trying to?
Put tariffs on it.
Oh, and that's what on Patreon I realized that I think they want you to upgrade to have multiple people on it, because I saw that was a premium feature to have a team
Oh,
I
have
don't like
access
that.
to it.
That's some
But I don't
bullish.
know if that's that would us being different email addresses and stuff.
Yeah,
So
like no. We got one email address. We can all log in. That's craziness. Shenanigans.
should have to bother Mark for the code every time. It'll
That's
be
right.
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
AKA this morning at 5 o'clock.
I know.
when
This
we
morning I
wanted
woke
to
up. I'm
log in.
like rubbing my eyes, pouring my
I was just
coffee,
like,
pull
I'm
out
not
my
gonna
phone. I
bother
got
him.
like code,
Mark.
Twitch code. I'm like,
Speaking of Mark,
Patreon's open now. This man can teleport.
can I get a code?
what? You got another code?
Yeah. You can just tell me
Does
the
it-
code because nobody
Does it
knows
go
what's
to our
for.
group email or does it go to
Okay. 529134.
Mark's email? You
That
don't
was
tell
his
everybody.
PIN number.
This is PIN number. Yeah.
It's a long pin number.
Baylor, what's up?
Here, let me do my job of the week here, and then
Yeah.
Jorb.
folks know.
Did we figure out actually how much is the pickup bundle? Small wall, what's up, man?
Do we know? I don't know if we know.
Well, it's out now, right? It should be out.
What's
I
a
didn't
pick?
see it.
7 o'clock. It should have went live at
I
7.
saw
Oh,
that
I
it
wasn't-
might be
I was playing. I didn't
$2.99.
get a $2.99.
Hey, don't quote me on that. I just saw something on.
Does anybody know in the chat if you guys hopped in game tonight? How much is the pickup bundle?
Pick up?
We could probably just ask in the Discord.
I didn't understand that. What is a pickup bundle? I guess we'll
It's
talk about
the
We'll
$2.99.
learn if you listen to tonight's show.
the orange tang venom.
it. Yeah.
$2.99 confirmed.
Wow. So $3.
$2.99 what?
So $3, right?
For
$2.99?
orange venom?
$2.99 plus Canadian tariffs.
Ah shit.
Whatever that is.
$2.99.
So what is that in Canadian?
in loonies and toonies.
And loonies, that's about 600 loonies.
Okay, that's actually a really good price, man. If that's
That's
all it is.
$4.28 Canadian.
Because the way the way it works now. Well, I mean, we're going to talk about it on the show, but you get the orange venom, which I don't care about. But you get
What? That looks awesome.
I already got 2 venom skins. Premium one. Damn it. But then you get a token to buy pretty much, from what I can tell, any skin in the game. I mean, it might not be, but
It's
so
not. It's a limit. There's a
Yeah.
list.
yeah.
Magneto's on there, dude. That's the only one I saw that I was like, yes.
Still, that's cheaper than you're going to pay
Master
for
Magnetism?
if you bought it outright.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah.
Nameplate and all that.
Explain it to me.
It's cool.
What is our Rivals Assemble pod? Rivals?
Oh, the Gladiator Captain America is on there.
Ooh, I wanted that one.
I always mess up our link.
Magneto is though, right? That Magneto one. I just want it for the MVP. Screen
Yes,
on that, man.
Master of
So sweet.
Magnetism,
Oh, that's cool.
Thor, Herald of Thunder. Oh, the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange. Yeah, that's the one we have for.
Is that the one where he has the scalpel to cut through reality?
Oh yeah, that's the one.
See if this
And you got to
works.
play what? 3 games. You unlock something.
Hey, it works.
Yay!
You're doing it.
All right.
first time watching live. Let's go.
All right, dudes. Well, we got episode 21 tonight. Got some good stuff to chat about tonight. Got a good poll actually tonight. Definitely better than last week's poll. And yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Good comments.
Okay, I'm done my job. I'm going to
So
close
rude.
this tonight.
Going
Hey,
dark.
I think even the community agrees. That's what I'm saying. Or it's just
Objection, Your
emblematic
Honor,
of
leading the witness.
how they feel about health packs. I think it's really what it is.
I don't think you have you met everyone in the community. Do you know how they feel?
66 of them I know. My poll. Actually, I don't know.
You had your son create 65 spam accounts.
And the other one was
And
me.
you know that he did.
That's awesome. All right, are we ready?
Always ready.
All right, so let's do this. Rivals
All
Assemble
right.
episode. Let me get some paper.
Cue the music.
I'm gonna write this down. I was
Ding
thinking
ding
of
ding ding ding
my
ding
little
ding.
sketch
Hand is
pad
so
here.
itchy. Why is your palm ever itch?
Oh,
What's
you're gonna win money.
crazy,
Oh, is that when you
What's
Help
happening?
me.
Where it's,
dude?
It's like,
You gotta buy a
you-
lottery ticket.
did you ever do that as a kid?
No, what does that do?
Are you licking your hand?
No, you use your teeth to.
No, just use
You
your
never did that
fingernails.
as a kid.
Why
what?
would you use your teeth?
The
I
scratch?
probably did. I don't know.
No, like this is a shared experience I've talked about many people with as a kid. Like
Sure.
you got this itch on your palm.
Yeah,
that
it's
you couldn't
right.
get
It's
rid of.
right there. It won't
We're
go
just
in.
like
Do you have one hand?
you use your
What is-
teeth
What's
to
your
do
other
it.
hand doing?
Matt, did you ride the small bus when you were a kid? Was it like a little tiny bus?
Nope. I was in gifted.
Teeth.
Thank
I feel
you.
like my teeth aren't long
GG.
enough.
That's why I'm so traumatized.
Okay, here's a
today.
question. Do you bite a popsicle with the front teeth? Can you do that? I
Who
can't.
bites a
Like it just
popsicle?
it makes
well, after
like a
it's
could you go like
softened. After it's
No,
softened.
that's
a bit.
eating a popsicle.
okay, could you eat a popsicle by or is it like
So there's
to
a
me,
difference between
Or
like
do you use side teeth?
I'm side teeth. I gotta be side
I'm not
teeth.
chewing a popsicle. Who chews a popsicle?
Well, it's like a Jolly Rancher. At some point, you just take a bite. Like you can't suck on it
Yeah,
until it's
yeah.
gone. Like you just
that
get
was
to that
a
point.
great like meme clip. I'm not chewing a popsicle.
That sounds painful.
I gotta go get a popsicle for the show. I think, and then we can see.
All right, let's
Find
do
it, fighting it or
that. All right, so
We're always having so much fun, and then Hall Monitor Mark comes along
He-
and makes us go to
He
class.
reels us
Thanks,
back
Dad.
in. Okay.
it's my
so-
job. It's my job as the
on
host.
track,
That's what I do
everybody.
as a manager. That's my job.
You,
All right.
Is it
you
fun?
speak to the manager.
It's not fun at
Can
all.
I put a suggestion? No, a complaint to a fellow rival.
Nope. Put it in the Discord. All right, are we ready? Let's do this.
I wanted to hear what he had to say.
I had nothing. I was bringing it back because Mark was having a tough day at work, and I just wanted to bring that back.
Yeah,
for
it's
him.
amazing. Anyways, all right, let's do it. Rivals Assemble.
Anyways,
episode
reel us back in.
21. Shh. Oh, yeah, you know what time it is. That's right, it's time for Rivals Assemble, a Marvel Rivals podcast. I am your host, Mark Turcott, and you are tuned in to episode 21. Well, we just have a few weeks left here of season 1, and we got some great stuff to talk about, including some new skins. As always, we have this new pickup bundle that's coming, which is giving us this costume token that's something new. We have part 1 of our season 1 lore dump, and a lot more with questions from you guys and all that. So to break it all down with me here, first up, Neil. Neil, what's up, man?
Rivals Assemble! Oh yeah.
I like you.
Let's
You got the
go.
Toronto Maple
Well,
Leafs.
there it
jersey on
is.
tonight.
Let's go. No moose call tonight. Against popular demand. We'll see.
we
Keep
actually didn't we get a
asking.
comment about that? Was that
All
in
them
Discord or?
emails.
Yeah,
Yes.
people love the moose call.
They do love the
Moose
moose. Call.
actually emailed us saying that they loved it.
Yeah.
I think we need to
So.
get like a if somebody out there is an artist, give us like, or you could probably even pull this up in some sort of AI art program, but like a moose with like a Spider-Man mask, and that can be like our mascot.
That could be our mascot.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we'll get a
Spider Moose.
Spider Moose. Yeah.
That's
a good.
Maybe I can change up my reindeer costume.
For some reason, I can't
Make
help
it
but
our
feel we
mascot.
just created a monster with that. Let's see. Also joining us, Kens. Kens, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on? I have returned. The Hulk-sized dumps have they're over.
God.
And, we're back.
Wow.
We're back, and all is fine. We're
Yeah.
good.
So we're
Dare
saying,
I
was gonna say
Go
no
ahead.
lore dumps for Kens last week. It was just
No,
straight
I've had enough.
dumps. Wow.
I thought it would be more like a symbiote dump.
That's we won't get into it. But
Hulk size.
Glad
So,
you're feeling
like,
better.
I do have one question, and then I'll leave it.
please ask.
So you said Hulk size, so like the size of the Hulk, or like the size that a Hulk would produce?
It's
Ah.
it's up for interpretation.
Bet. Got it.
And that other voice there, of course, asking that question, Matt. Matt, what's up, man?
I've brought you a gift, one from one king to another, a tribute benefiting the Lord of the Vampires. Stoked to dive into the season lore today. Stoked to be with you guys again. Hope everybody's having a good week.
Yeah, man. I'm sure. Hey, like I said, we're getting close to the end of the season. What do we got? 2 weeks? 2.5
2
weeks?
weeks, 14 days, and something.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
That is soon.
Yep. Very, very soon. It's coming up. So we're going to be, like I said, diving into part 1 of the season 1 lore because we wanted everybody to get through as much as they could. So if you don't want any spoilers, which by this point, I'm sure you've seen the lore of the game, but we will be talking about that later on in the show. But as always, guys, here, a little bit of housekeeping. First up, if you want to follow us over on X or on Blue Sky, you can do so at Rivals Assemble. Big what's up to everybody over on Twitch and on YouTube, tuning in live to the show at Rivals Assemble Pod. Of course, if you want to catch the VODs on those, you can find those over there. And of course, thank you to everybody listening over on Spotify or iTunes or whatever podcast service you listen to the show on. Thank you guys. We love seeing the comments over on Spotify. You guys always continue to bring those to us, so we do appreciate that. And of course, whatever service you're listening to us on, if you can, go ahead and leave us a review if you can over there, because that helps just move us up the ranks and put more eyeballs and ears onto the show, which is always a good thing. And you can also reach out to us via email at rivalsassemblepod@gmail.com. And guys, we are one person away from having 200 members in our Discord community. So if you are listening to this and you just love the chatter here and you're looking for some other like-minded people, hit the link in our show notes and become a Discord member, because that community we're building over there, it's awesome. So we urge you to do that. You can definitely find people to play with, whether you're into competitive, whether you're a, what do you call them, Matt? The dirty caps or the dirtbag caps?
Dirtbag caps.
The dirty caps.
Dirty caps. I like
That's
that
a
better.
whole other level.
Yeah, yeah. But there's a lot of people over there for you to reach out to. And even, you can share some clips and stuff over there. So that community that we're building there is awesome. So big thank you to all the people over there.
Real quick note about the Discord. We have the console factions are growing, and so now we've got a directory going of the consoles that are being formed with the faction leader, where it's, I guess, based, what region it is and what membership is, because I think we're actually going to be getting another North American one formed soon. So yeah, you can hit that up in the looking for a game part if you want to find some people to play with.
Yeah. Yep. And then also one final thing here. We did announce last week our Patreon, which we were having some issues kind of getting it out. Patreon kind of had locked it down for us, but it is now live. And by the way, thank you we already have 2 people who've become patrons without us even putting this out there. So big thank you to you guys for doing that. But if you
Thank you to Mark's FBI agent who signed up for it.
But if you do want to become a patron of the show and help support the show, do a little bit more, you can head over to patreon.com/rivalsassemble. It's $5 to join, and you get a couple things. Number one, you get the exclusive Discord role True Believer over on the Discord to show off that you are a patron for the show. Every other week, so 2 episodes a month, on Mondays, you're going to get a MCU recap, which right now our latest one is not up yet because, of course, the Patreon wasn't available yet, but we're actually recording it after the show tonight, so it will be available tomorrow. So by the time many of you hear this, our first MCU recap will be there, where we're going to start with Iron Man on this episode and go all the way through the MCU, all the way up to current. of the movies, and then we'll start going back, maybe do some of the older movies like the X-Men movies, Spider-Man, and then eventually get into the shows.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
So there's going to be a lot to talk about there. And every Wednesday, you're going to get just one of us, one of the hosts, chatting into your ears about, kind of whatever we feel like talking about. Maybe it's getting to know us better. Maybe it's a topic that we want to push out to you. So you're going to get at least 6 extra episodes from us every single week. So head on over to patreon.com/rivalsassemble and $5 over there. And of course, no pressure, right? This is just a way to, if you want to help support the show and just allows the show just to get better, because that's what we're really going to do with all this stuff, is just, help us be able to bring more content out to you guys. So
would you guys have a problem if I did an entire episode of like ice crunching ASMR?
Nope.
It's your week.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, right?
Creative freedom.
One thing, and then Neil and Ken's got on my.
I might skip your episode that week, but if that's what you want to do, then how about it?
Hey, what if the people want it? We got Moose Call.
Hey,
then it
let
would
us
be
know.
available to them.
That's the other thing I will say too, real quick, just a little bit of more logistics of it, is make sure to download the Patreon app, because a lot of those podcasts are first only going to be available probably within the app, but eventually we hope to get the feed into Spotify as well for people who listen to Spotify, because that is something we can do with the Patreon. So eventually that's going to happen, but at least initially it'll be just kind of through the Patreon app, which you just download it, log in with your account, and you play the podcast right through like you would through Spotify or iTunes.
We'll leave instructions on the Discord for it.
Yeah. But all right, guys, let's talk about our poll. And to my chagrin last week, our poll was, where is your favorite health pack?
Yeah.
And yeah, Ken's, I don't know if you heard this, but this was the poll last week.
I did. Yeah, I voted.
We need to get Ken's answer after you read them all out first,
Okay.
before we know the results.
So number 1 was the Eastgard Convoy map. Where is that, Neil? Where was the?
It's across the opening spawn for the push, across the road, behind that kind of wall.
Okay,
towards
that's right.
the
Yeah. I
cliff,
gotcha.
Sort of.
The Odin Archive jump pad, which I think everybody kind of knows. So the map we hate,
Right.
Ken's, it's the one that's right near the jump pad.
I'm starting to love that map. It's great.
I've had some pretty good games on it too, but it's
Someone's
still my
got
least
to.
favorite.
The Midtown Music Room, which I think it's really just
Fantastic.
the Midtown
Still
Music Room
haven't
is cool.
Seen that.
The Clintar Bone Tunnel, kind of in that last push. And then the center of the Conquest map, the Ninomaru map, where it's kind of right in the center of the Tokyo 2099 one. And so, guys, we had only 66 votes in this poll. So I think,
One more than 65. Come on, don't downplay
it
that.
is, but I am, because you know what? I think people feel like me. They just hate health packs, so nobody really wanted to vote on this one. But the winner, and I think it's probably because it's the one that everybody just recognizes and knows, is the Odin's Archive jump pad.
Yeah,
Wins.
It's exactly the one that I voted for, because I didn't know where any of the rest of them
Exactly.
were. So
It's the
My
one everybody knows.
gosh.
Hey,
Neil, we
in
were
the
very
podcast-
clear.
Yeah, and I put up pretty nice screenshots. I did my investigatory journalism, and,
which I saw after
sent
I
to the
voted.
people.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
best one was of the thing about to like.
Yeah, the thing pulverized me and killed me right after, and when I went to
All that
the
work.
conquest.
The last thing you see before you die. Like,
Yeah. So
Dang.
I was taking the screenshot during the game, but the actual screenshot that I posted was one that I went back and watched the game to do it, because when I took the screenshot during the game, the thing was in between me and the health pack, so you couldn't even see the health pack, so I couldn't use that.
Yeah.
So I had to throw that out. But then I got a third-person view of it's clobbering time.
Yeah. So this was, of course, this was a little more involved of a poll this time. So, but again, I think everybody knows that Odin's Archive jump pad. So that it actually got 34.8% of the vote, 23 votes. Coming in second with a tie was the Eastgard Convoy with 15 and the Midtown Music Room with 15.
Nice.
Each at 22.7%. Clintar Bone Tunnel coming in third, I guess, if you want to say. And coming in last with 2 whole votes, the Conquest map, the Ninomaru Center, which I don't know
I
what
feel like
that
no one
says.
plays Conquest anymore.
No.
It took me a
I
while
only
to
do
find
it
that
for
game.
missions.
Yeah. I think a lot of people
Yeah.
don't even know that exists. I mean, Doom
I
Match is
forget
still
it
in there.
does.
I can't even tell you the last time I
I
played a
haven't
Doom
played
Match.
Doom Match since I
The
had
last
to.
time I played it was with you, Mark, where I
Yeah.
stood there in a corner and
Loved
waited for it. Much like
remember
other
it
things
forever.
in life.
Which was like day one of launch, I think, wasn't it? It was like early
Yep.
on too. Wow.
Not having.
We,
I
we
don't
should
like
have a custom game, put us in there, and maybe some of the listeners, and then that will be fun.
That would be.
You
fun.
know everybody
Yeah.
about it, and then you.
And everybody should play the same hero. That's where they should do Clone Rumble, is in like
Oh,
Doom Match
gosh.
or Con.
That's actually a fantastic idea. I'm not gonna lie.
That's where it should be, because then it's just one on one. Just go in
Call up
there and
Quan-Quan.
just, or every man for
12
themselves.
Jeffs portaling across.
Do it, Quan-Quan. Let's see. All right. So our poll for next week, if you want to vote over on Spotify under this episode, the poll for next week, we're changing it up a little bit. Which comic accurate character would you like to see in the game? So we have a couple choices here, and these are basically going to be, some of them are alternate versions of characters already in the game, or they may actually technically be another character, but it is going to be based off models of characters already in the game. So the first one, the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine. So Google that. It's very, very cool. He has like one hand. Very cool version of Wolverine. Lady Loki. So that
We
one's
talked
in there.
about that during our lore.
Mhm.
Yep. Spider Ham. So for Spider-Man,
It's big.
now the only thing with that is I
confused.
think it would have to be the same model size, so it would be a
Right,
large
so be-
a giant
elongated
spider
thing.
ham.
Spider Ham.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Spider Pig, because that's another IP.
This one I think people would rather it be a new character for people who support this character coming to the game, but we're doing it as a skin. Beta Ray Bill in the game, so a Thor is Beta Ray Bill, or, and this one I hate to say it, but I somehow have a feeling this is going to win, Symbiote Jeff. So
Okay, so full disclosure, there are actually two symbiote Jeffs. Like, there's one where he's just still the little guy, just like covered in venom. But then in the most recent comic where he appeared, he's like venom sized, like King Shark from DC.
oh, interesting.
Yeah,
And does he walk
That
or
one.
does he still kind of swim?
he's up on two legs.
Oh, no,
wow.
that's horrifying. No, give me the cute little symbiote, Jeff.
Yeah. Or it could be up on two legs but tiny. So like how Spider Ham is big, it's a little tiny.
It reminds me of like a
Walking
tiny
around
little
Jeff.
like Mr. Fantastic is what I think it was like all buffed up, you know.
Yep.
So Jeff.
Or like
That's
Groot,
that's literally that's
MCU Groot when he's a little guy. Like it might be kind of looking like
Yeah.
that. But again, so this week it is which comic accurate character would you like to see in the game? Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, Lady Loki, Spider Ham, Beta Ray Bill, or Symbiote Jeff. So head on over to Spotify and let us know. All right, guys, let's talk about our week in game and what we did. So let's go first. What you guys do in the game this week? Anything good?
I got something golden to talk about.
Oh, did you?
I love gold. Hit gold.
Yes.
Last
Yes.
Friday. Really excited about it. And yeah.
Awesome, dude.
Give me those costumes. I don't know if I'll play any more comp, but we'll see.
Hey,
Maybe plat. Maybe go for plat. We got a couple weeks. You
Good
said
try.
right.
you got a couple weeks.
Every
yeah.
rank you get is kind of one more higher you'll be when it resets, I guess, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
This
it'll-
is the only game I'm playing, so might as well just make.
I mean,
it
might as well
comp
just
it.
do comp, right? And see how it goes. We actually had somebody in the Discord. Was it the Discord earlier today that talked, or I can't remember. This might have been a message we got of somebody saying how they deranked like 250 points like in the week and they just like uninstalled the game. I forget where I said it was somebody in the community today. And I was just like, wow, like that. I feel your pain in that. And like, that's part of the reason why when I do play comp, like I'll go a couple games, get, and then like 2 to 3 losses, I'm done. I'm just like, I gotta step away.
Well, that's also from watching and listening to a lot of people. That's like the supposed like algorithm too.
Yeah,
if you're
that's how you
losing
gotta do it.
2+ more games, then you quit anyway
Take a break. Yeah.
and you let it reset.
So the heroes that helped me get there, of course, Penny Parker. I think I got her to whatever the next level is. She's not lowered yet, but the one before that. So she's my highest, most played, I think. Hulk, I'm really loving that that
Nice.
skin. My first skin I bought was the Punk Hulk. So I'm rocking out with the guitar in the spawn room every
Nice.
time. Yep. And yeah, Cloak and Dagger when I have to heal for the most part. Because I like to use her to get down the flyers too. So if I'm having a hard time with those flying characters, little auto aim helps me out.
Does, yeah. What were you just playing to what the team needed, or were you insta
For the most part,
Yeah.
It seems like I go towards Vanguard because no one else picks it. And I find that strategists get picked kind of first for the most part.
I've noticed that
Yeah, I
too.
noticed that too.
in,
They do.
in gold league anyway, or silver. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to do that. So I guess I'll go Vanguard. So I'm enjoying it for
Good.
sure.
Good. What about you, Matt? What you in game?
I did a lot more Loki this week. I've been trying to become a better Loki because
Nice.
I just think the character is really fun. I've kind of been approaching it how I approach Zenyatta, if that makes sense, in Overwatch, where
Tossing balls.
he's an oak. I don't think I'm the best healer with Loki, but I'm very good at assists. So like keeping track of, either the vanguards or the DPS who's, being the most effective there, planning a clone there, and watching for heals, but then also trying to target who they're targeting with my blasts while paying attention to who needs help. Because I feel that's kind of what I do as Zenyatta. Since you're not actively healing most of the time, I feel, and I could be completely wrong about this, and if you're a pro player and you're like, this guy's trash, you're not wrong. I'm the most effective Zenyatta when it's like I cast my healing orb and then I'm throwing out my other orbs to damage and knocking people out. Okay, let me throw a healing orb over here now. Damage, throw a healing orb here. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like Loki's nice because it's your primary fire. Whoever you hit, it's either going to heal or damage, right? So where those points where a lot of people are piling up on it, just start tossing stuff in there. It's either going to help
throw a
you.
couple clones in and heal and just keep people up.
I mean, that's the character. So who else is like that? I mean, Cloak and Dagger has more of the aim assist. They do it that. Luna's the same way.
Yeah.
So playing those characters are kind of like, people are always asking us like, who should I start with if I want to play strategist? Those are the heroes to start with, because if you're hitting one of your allies, you're healing them. If you're hitting one of your enemies, you're damaging them. So it's like just literally just put your finger on the trigger and just go.
It feels like it prioritizes heals for at least Cloak and Dagger. I'm trying to like do damage, but then it's like, oh no, you need to heal that person first, and then once they're full health, then you start actually shooting where you're.
Because I was thinking about that. Imagine if they did that with Adam Warlock, where
the auto
He's
aim?
my next one.
not an auto aim, but at least it's healing, because his shots don't
His
heal. You have to use the orbs, right?
Yeah.
Where even if it wasn't maybe his primary, but if they did his the charge up where he does the 3 and shoots it, if that one, let's say, didn't heal, but maybe his primary did, like how much would that change that character? Would that just almost make him too overpowered? Because
I think so.
You see him played in the higher levels, and I mean, he essentially, we've talked about it before, like he's a healer, but like he's also almost like a sniper for you as well. So you can
He's
get
your
a lot
third
of kills.
healer. You have like the two that you just picked, and you want to go because he's basically a DPS that can heal.
Yeah. So I just think that would totally change that character.
No heals Rocket, no heals
And
Adam
I'm
Warlock.
sure there's a reason why they didn't do that, because they just know that he would just be with that, plus having the respawn not only for himself but with the team up with Star-Lord and Mantis, and then his ult being able to respawn teams. Like,
Yeah, he's good.
whew. Yeah, I played him a little bit this week actually, and he's a lot of fun to play.
I also had a lot of fun as Rocket, Healbot Rocket, full transparency, like 100% Healbot Rocket. And I had this excellent match where it was, I was going to play Loki, and then the Winter Soldier, who was in the match as well, requested a Rocket. So I was like, I can go Rocket, that's fine. And only because he typed in chat, he was like, can you just be consistent with infinite ammo? And I was like, sure, cool. First off, like, thank you for asking so nicely. And second off, thank you for reminding me that that's a thing I can do.
Because Matt, you and I were playing last week, and you were just like, I think you should play Rocket because you'll remember when to use the thing. And then I think you and I were playing, and one time I said, Matt, can you drop it, Matt? Can you drop it? And you're like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, totally. And I was like, if you ask, like, I'll totally do it. But I did like 19,000 damage in, or not damage, I'm sorry, healing in the one push map.
Nice.
Because it was putting down infinite ammo, and then of course spam bot healing, because of all of that happening, getting my ult so fast, using my ult, and then just repeating that over and over, like basically sticking with that Winter Soldier. And whenever my cooldown was over and it made sense to do it, just dropping infinite ammo. I did it probably like 6 or 7 times in that match.
Nice.
He was just melting people. It was fantastic.
great,
I felt
right?
so useful.
Yeah, I think I'm on my way to Lord with Rocket. Like I was using him a lot this season to just always get the assists. Challenge whenever I see that come up, because you can literally knock it out in a match. Like he's constantly getting assists if you're healing. And I'm like, you know what? I've been having a lot of fun, especially like I love, one of my favorite things is when you have like an Iron Fist or like a Black Panther that's trying to jump you in the back, and you get your 2 dashes. So it's like dash one direction, dash the other way, and then run up the wall. That's something that I think a lot of people don't do as Rocket. Like get to a wall and just run, and you run up and you kind of just run all like crazy, and they just can't get you, and it pisses them off.
Nice.
And just get
And
out
I
of
use
there.
the Santa Claus skin. Like, come on.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's
Christmas.
good. Yep.
Oh yeah, perfect.
What about you, Kens? What'd you get this week?
I actually didn't play a ton this week. When I did play, I do competitive game here and there, like one. I'm like it's still in gold, but just like a sliver, like 2 or 3 points. I'm like, man, I think I may just hang on to this for the end of the season. You know, if I lose one more, I'll definitely go down.
I mean, the good thing though is once you meet it, you got the skins. Like you can go back down.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
But it's like, it's one more rank, you know. So let's keep it there.
Yep.
But this game for me has become a lot less serious and has become more of like you know, the like show up and bang your action figures together type thing. And so
That's a fantastic way to
that's a great analogy.
Yeah, but in preparation, you know, for plugging the Patreon again, in preparation for Iron Man, you know, watched Iron Man, made a bunch of notes on that. I was like, man, I really just want to play Iron Man. And so that's what I did. As I played a ton of Iron Man this week.
Nice.
Just quick play Iron Man, flying around, you know, repulsor blast, beaming people.
Which costume?
You beam in it.
I just have the default one. I don't have. Actually, I have the
Battle
steampunk
Pass one you should have, right?
I'm
Wait,
not
is
a
it the
big
Battle
fan
Pass
of
or
it.
the steampunk?
No, the Battle Pass.
The Battle Pass one, yeah.
Not the steampunk one. I don't really like the Battle Pass.
It's
one.
okay.
Yeah.
Not gonna
So
lie.
it's like it is aesthetically awesome, but in terms of like when I want to fly around as Iron Man, like I want to fly around as
Iron Man.
not like
GOG. Yeah.
Dracula Iron Man, you know. So
Right.
that wasn't doing it for me.
My chosen Iron Man is the infamous Iron Man.
Oh yeah,
It's like the all silver.
yeah.
Dude,
Anyway,
that's pretty
so yeah, lots of Iron Man for me.
nice. Well, for me this week, I think last week it was right before we went on the air. I just decided for whatever reason, like I'm playing mouse and keyboard this week. And that night after the show, I played mouse and keyboard and literally have not picked up the controller since. And I know to some people that means nothing, but I have always been a controller player when it comes to my first person shooters. Just never really was big into playing mouse and keyboard because I always sucked with it. But for some reason this week, man, it has just clicked for me and there's no going back. Like it's just
It clicked, hey?
I was, click.
Mechanical
How many
keyboard.
clicks per second? A minute? What is that? CPM? Is that what they call
APM?
it?
Your Guam?
Per minute?
But yeah, these guys, I felt bad. I just kept messaging them like, dude, look at this match. I got 30 kills, but Winter Soldier, like, look at all this that I'm doing.
Mouse and keyboard so good.
Yeah, I'm so good. But it's like, there's something about playing that it's made the game almost fresh again, I guess, which is kind of weird. Like, it's almost exciting to play. Every character feels different now playing that way. Or we were talking before, or just before we went on the air here, about Captain America. And like, I mean, I love playing Cap, but playing Cap with mouse and keyboard and how quick you can turn and run. I mean, even Cloak and Dagger, the alt, like the way I had my camera set, I could pretty much make a square, but I could never like turn and totally do a 180 and backtrack.
Yeah.
Mouse and keyboard, I mean, I could literally just go in a straight line back and forth, back and forth. So it really becomes a different game playing that way. So I've had a lot of fun playing that way. I even won a couple comp matches that way. So
Nice.
I didn't even realize that was a thing until I think it was when we were playing Overwatch and I was doing Mystery Heroes and I shared a play of the game that I got as, I believe it was a MAGA, and Ken's pointed, I was like, oh, you see that controller turn? Because it's like the like, the stick. And I was just like, what do you mean? And they explained to me like the physics and how it's just
it's so much faster, dude.
mouse.
And like,
But it's like You couldn't pay me.
I mean, it's more involved, it's more engaging, but it's just, I don't know, it just almost feels like more exciting playing that way. And I will say, I told you guys too, like all our dirtbag caps, like any dirtbag cap you play in the game and a Captain America that is bullying the heck out of you, I guarantee you they're a PC player, because that has been, it's been very noticeable when I played Cap this week that like,
I'll have to
okay,
ask Deity.
this person's on a controller because they just can't do anything. And I'm just like literally running circles around them, just smacking them in the face with my shield. It's great. It's great.
Mark,
I love it.
Mark, do you play with the sensitivity at all? Or
I've not. No, I mean, it's
or
whatever
default is.
the default is right now. So I probably could go in, but like it feels good right now that I don't. But I will say some heroes, like, I mean, I love playing Iron Man. I'm always good with Iron Man on controller. A little bit different here. The flight, is totally different. Even playing Storm was a little bit different, trying to, finagle that. But I found like I played better with Winter Soldier. I played better with Punisher.
Okay.
I would urge people, there's probably not a lot of people playing with controller on PC, but, if you've never really tried mouse and keyboard, give it a go. Give it a try. Because for me, it's like totally changed the game. So
I know you can have it too where it's tied to each character. So if you're playing a melee character, you can have your sensitivity up to do those fast turns.
Yeah.
And then what I've seen is if you want to help with your aim, like turn down that sensitivity. People say, yeah, do the snaps and whatever, but you're actually like overshooting all the time and all this stuff.
I could see that.
So all the recommendations from what I've seen is turn it down so you're not all over the place. You just go to your target and you're there.
Yeah, I did make a couple changes. So I changed the like running on the wall. So like Venom, Spider-Man, Rocket. I think default is hold the spacebar down to stay on the wall, but where instead I made it where I just kind of hold it the one time and then I can let go and they stay on the wall. Also, where you run, it originally has you using the WASD to like actually turn while you're running on the wall, where I'd set it to follow my cursor, so I can just point and they run that way. And
you
then
can do that on controller as well.
I think Cap 2, I changed him to always be sprinting. So like I don't have to hold the sprint to have that. And then you can do the same thing even like flying with Iron Man and all that with his
Sounds tiring.
So I mean, I love that games like this do that, right? Where you can go in and customize the heroes themselves and change it to however you want it, which is even awesome. They do that on console, like you said, Neil. That like those have always been there. I mean, a game like Overwatch does it as well, but that's awesome.
One thing I think they can improve on for that is bulk changes. Like I've talked about it before, I changed my ping and my jump. So I click in a stick to jump, but I had to go into each character. And then if I forget to on one character, or if like a new character comes out, I'm like, why am I not jumping? Why am I not jumping? What's going on?
You know what though? I think because like that was the thing when I would click to go in, you could either like at the top left, it either says like all heroes, or then it shows the hero that you clicked on. So I think if you clicked all heroes, it may have done that. I'm not sure, but that could just
make it so easy to accidentally add
weird.
like a charm to every single character in Overwatch by like the misclick of something. You think that they could allow you to change the ping for everybody at once,
Yeah. And that's one thing I do hate though with Rivals is the sprays. Like I know like but it's like
hate's a strong word.
I hate it, man. But I'll try to like play a
People,
character.
they're listening.
And then I've never set a spray for him, and I'm like, oh man, like I don't have a spray for them.
It does
like,
suck.
Come on, man. But anyways,
in game. So you're
maybe
like,
maybe if I had a better PC, I'd play on PC. So if any companies wants to sponsor us,
send us those new 59.
Send Matt a new PC.
Send
Hashtag
Matt a
Matt's
new
new
PC.
PC.
One thing quickly on my week, I just did it yesterday, the day before, because I had to do some missions, but I played strictly Black Panther. Has anyone dove into Black Panther and like figured out what's going on?
Never.
Heck nah.
It's very interesting, and I was actually getting it. Like I was so terrible, and I think we're going to talk about this a little later, but I played in Verse AI because I know that I can't even hold my own if I'm in quick match. So I played Verse AI quite a bit to try and get whatever damage with Black Panther or knockouts. But so he's got his spear and his like spinning flying forward kick. Both of those apply the vision mark or whatever it is. And then if you do your other dash claw attack and they have the vision mark, then it refreshes. So you can just keep doing your dash attack. And when you dash attack with somebody with a mark, then you also get bonus health.
Now, how long does that vision mark stay?
Pretty long time. But then it goes away after you slash through them.
Oh, okay.
So if
you
you
gotta apply
if
it
you
again.
throw your spear, you can get like a few different people, and then you just go through one at a time, and you can just keep kind of slashing back and forth, and then you can do your kick thing and apply it to a few people, and then keep slashing back and forth, and you're like, that would be a good opportunity with your new mouse to do those quick 180 turns to come back and finish them off. But
Sounds like it reminds me of like Ilari's ult from Overwatch. The big burst that like tags people and
Puts,
then they're
yeah,
more
the-
susceptible
Yes.
to
They're shining.
damage.
yeah. So
Interesting.
interesting. I might stick with them. We'll see, because I've got what was the battle pass skin from season 0?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
maybe make my way to quick play one of these days.
There you go. All right. Well, let's move on here, guys, and get started here with the news in our news segment that we call the Not So Daily Bugle News.
J. Jonah Jameson here.
All right. Well, speaking of Black Panther, and we got some new skin coming,
That's
guys.
his
of
new
course.
skin that's coming. Black
new-
Panther.
Black Panther.
Actually, he's wearing white armor, so nothing to do with Black there. But yeah, so we
He
have,
got no
of course,
pants.
new skins coming to the game. And they say, attain glory by any means necessary. Seek your revenge with Moon Knight's Fist of Vengeance and Black Panther's Thrice Cursed King costumes. Embrace the fury of Dracula's curse and use your yearning for vengeance to ignite the battlefield. So, what do you guys think of these skins? I mean, let's actually start with the Black Panther one first.
It's so dope.
Yeah, it's
dude.
amazing.
I thought it was Blade at first.
I know.
Yeah.
Kind of does look like he's actually this is, and we'll get to it in the lore, but on that last gallery card, this was the skin that was on there. When you see the whole team in their gothic armor, off to the left, you see Black Panther donning this armor. So,
Oh.
kind of a little tease.
It's just that pose that he's in, and whenever it was first revealed, that kind of made me think that it was Blade. Just kind of him like holding his arm up or whatever. It was
Yeah.
just looks kind of odd. But yeah, it's such a cool skin.
Yep. So it says the Vampire strikes, or sorry, the Vampire King strikes. New York City might have been as black as the darkest night, but all the King of Wakanda could see was red. As the Curse of Blood Chronovium takes hold, utilize the Rage as Black Panther's thrice cursed king costume, first appearing in Marvel Rivals Season 1. So yeah, this is pretty sick. You know what it looks like? Like the armor looks like what the heck is his name from Overwatch? Reinhardt. Almost looks like Reinhardt armor, doesn't
yeah.
it? Like with the big
With
like
the-
pauldrons and that.
Yeah.
What is that? Lions or dragons on the side?
Lions.
think it's
It
lions.
actually reminded me a little bit more like Witchblade-ish. Anybody familiar with the comic Witchblade?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Okay, there's that.
The Witcher.
Moving on.
Almost
is
like the
it,
Witcher logo, right? Like
Yeah. Is it
wolf?
Captain America has that gladiator skin? Does he have like a lion pauldron as well?
No, it's more like caveman-y, I feel.
Something
Caveman.
with horns.
Okay. Without looking at
Or
it,
it is.
that's what it reminded me of. But this looks awesome, and I think I might have to get this. And Black Panther main. Here we
Hey,
go.
There you
yeah,
go.
you're going Black Panther main. There you go.
You
This
know,
is definitely
When I look at Neil, you know what I think to myself? That guy's a Black Panther man.
I got to make a
He's
shirt.
a Black Panther one trick, guys.
That's
trick.
hilarious. Let's see. The Moon Knight one is actually another MCU skin. So they say, strive for glory and obtain vengeance to rise again. Then rise and live again as my Fist of Vengeance, as my Moon Knight. Dive in, fly out, and rise again with Moon Knight's Fist of Vengeance costume inspired by Marvel Studios' Moon Knight from 2022. Now, this costume is sick. I mean, it looks
It's so good.
just like the show, of course.
This is my Moon Knight.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know if that was a joke, but I totally agree. Like,
No, 100%. That's
like,
not a joke. Like this is
I think
this is
that
my Moon Knight.
the Moon Knight in the Disney Plus show looks way cooler than any like Moon Knight costume in the comics.
Yeah,
And
agreed.
so like this is one of the coolest costumes, and it just is like the default Disney Plus one, so it's great.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, being that I have, the Battle Pass Moon Knight, I have the Season 0 Moon Knight, the black, the gold one, that I don't know if I would go in on this, but it's pretty sick, man. Like it does look really
I'm
good.
still rocking the Dragon Festival Moon Knight, which is
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
dope in its own
Mhm.
right. But I think eventually, if this were an option, say in one of the bundles,
Oh yeah,
easy.
So first off, I don't know, I might just be blind to things, but I'm like, how is this kind of different from his base skin? I'm just like, it's all white, whatever. But now I've got a side by side, so I see there's less black in it for sure, and he's got more gold as well.
Have you seen the show?
Yes, some.
So like whenever he like becomes Moon Knight, it's like he's like mummified, like it wraps him up in the suit,
right.
and like mummy wrapping.
Oh, I see
and
that.
so
Yep.
that's the biggest difference, is that it's like you can see the wrapping.
Wrapping, not like steel armor or whatever
Yeah.
the original one is. I see that. That's cool. Nice.
Yeah, looks pretty good, man. As always, they're just continuing to bring the skins out.
Pretty
It's
cool.
what they got to do. Let's see. We also have a new patch that I guess would be live now by the time we're recording this. So a couple things here. One, Galactus Cosmic Adventure coming to an end, and they specifically put in there that they've added a special April Fool's Easter egg gift. And they said that only those who have completed all of Galactus Cosmic Adventure will be able to unlock the hidden twist surprise. So you have to have gotten, what was it, 24? I think 24 things were on the board.
sounds right.
Can I vent about something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So I finished this late last week. I went around this board 6 times. Guess when I unlocked the Black Widow skin?
Late last week, whenever you stopped playing it.
It was the last.
Dude,
item
mine was the second to
on that
last,
map.
so I feel your pain. Mine was.
I was like my second roll,
Yeah.
and I got it. And
I
have
was
not played it since.
furious, furious, to the
But now you
point
got
where
the gallery page too.
when they sent out the survey about the event, I made my thoughts known. I sent a stern letter to Guan Guan.
Guan Guan.
Oh, this Matt guy's really pissed.
Sounds like a skill issue. You're not wrong, sir.
But I don't. I mean, I guess what did you just keep rolling 4s? Because like the way it
No,
because the way it worked was you would jump over spaces you already had. So in the end, like you just roll 24 times and you get it. Like it didn't matter how many times you went around. 24 unlocks, you're gonna get whatever. You never jumped on a space that you had already unlocked.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I did that, but
Just the way the numbers worked.
it's just the way because the way the cookie crumbled. It was
Matt just kept going around in a circle.
He had
Sucks.
a snake at the space right before, so he fell.
I mean,
down.
did you collect
Because it'd be like,
200
oh,
when you
there are
pass go, Matt? Like
there are
at
literally
least?
3 spots left. Like surely I'll get it this time. Jump, jump, jump. Jump over it again. More blue tokens. I don't need more blue tokens. I just want this costume.
Especially 10 of them.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, sorry.
Like shoots and ladders, you were always just hitting the shoots, right? Like almost getting to
I
the
was-
end and then just
you call
I
it
was
shoots.
I was playing apples to apples. Like
Escalators.
that's fun.
So is that a thing? You don't call it snakes and ladders? You call it shoots and ladders?
shoots and ladders?
what?
Okay.
Is
Might
that a
be
Canadian thing?
regional
snakes
thing.
and ladders? Do
Yeah.
you have snakes?
Wait, what's
in
it called
here?
for
Call
you?
us
Are they
snake?
frozen?
Yeah, we got snakes. We got rattlesnakes.
What do you
We
wait,
got
wait, 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 wait,
rattlesnakes. Isn't that too
So
cold?
you go down a chute, like what are you like sliding down a
No,
snake?
ride
Yeah,
the snake.
you land on
Isn't
its
that like
head,
a
and you have to
drug
go
term?
down
Like
its
ride the
tail.
snake?
Maybe. No, yeah, it's snakes and ladders here.
That's crazy.
I'll talk about it on my first host. Episode.
I mean, it would have to be like an anaconda, right? Like it'd have to be huge.
Oh, they're crazy snakes. They go wild with the art on the board. We've got like a yeah. I'll show it off.
It's probably banned
This
in
way.
the States. We ban a lot of things that we don't like understand. So whatever.
Snakes and ladders. Anyway, I like the board. The art. Speaking of art, the board art in this event was cool. Probably the best part. And getting more blue currency is nice because now I might be able to afford my new Black Panther skin. So
But here's the question. So on April Fools, we're getting this item, whatever it's. What do you guys think it's going to be? Do we know what it is? Do we know yet?
Somebody on the Discord said a twerking Venom emote,
Uh,
and
yeah,
since they said that, that's all I want now.
Yeah.
It's
Is that what it is?
I don't know. It's like you can't ever tell. I'm like 90% sure that's what it is. Because like I've seen it. And I'm like, is that a leak or is this like a real thing? Or is
Oh,
it-
I didn't even know that was.
Is
like
it from
a-
Fortnite? Like, does somebody have the Venom skin in Fortnite twerking?
I
and they
think
just
that
like...
that's what's happening. And it's like if what I saw is true, it's incredible. And It's very important that you acquire it.
Oh, that's
Venom is now going to be the most picked Clone Rumble character.
great. Yeah, just everybody
all Venoms,
twerking.
all twerking. Twerk on the point.
I don't know. It was just like when the winter Venom skin came out, all anybody talked about was like
His butt.
his butt
Yep.
there.
Let's be honest.
Caked up
It's
Venom.
like
It's crazy.
anyway.
Let's see.
Oh,
They
so
also,
that's not
Go ahead.
with this patch. That is April Fool's.
That's the April
when
Fools.
we'll
Yeah,
figure
that's
that out.
actually unlocked. I think it's April 1st through what's it say? It says it'll
Fourth.
be available April 1st through April 4th. So make sure
April
you get in
Fools,
there.
you have
So-
to play the game again.
So you still have time if you've
Save
not.
this credit.
If you've
What do I do
not.
with all these extra rolls though? Because I've got some extra rolls now.
I guess you're just. out
My
of
question
rolls,
with that is though is if it is that, do you get to keep it? Because
Mm.
or is it just going to be like a little April Fool's haha for this amount of time Venom can twerk everywhere and it's great. Because like
So
if you can keep it, I'm about to get back in there and I'm about to like grind this thing
It
out
says
and-
claim it. So the way
says
they
claim.
phrased it is
So-
claim it. It doesn't say use it. So the Easter egg gift can be claimed from April 1st, basically on April 1st until April 4th. So yeah, get in there, dude.
I bet it is.
What if it's an
I bet
Easter
it's
Bunny
timed.
Jeff?
Ooh.
That's not an April Fool's gift, though, is it? Well, I guess it says Easter egg gift can be claimed.
Mm.
April
Twerking
Fool's
Venom would
Easter
be
egg gift. Okay, so
April Fool's gift.
April Fool's Easter egg gift. I don't know.
Maybe
We'll
it's a
see.
screenshot of all the money you've spent in game.
Oh, God.
They're like, who's the fool now?
Guan
Kim's.
Guan,
Yep.
raining money
Come on,
on
only
go
bought
on
the battle
in the
pass.
Scrooge McDuck room in Odin's archive.
Yes, that's
Next
where
to
it is.
everyone's favorite health pack.
That's where.
Yeah, he's got health
That's where
packs.
Guan-
He's got all our money.
We did it, guys.
On
We
Rod
connected
Swimming.
it all. Podcast over.
We solved the riddle of the game. Let's see. There's also a new bundle announced, this pickup bundle. And this is pretty cool. So it's coming with this orange Venom skin. And this skin, for those of you who have played Marvel vs. Capcom, this may be a little familiar to you. This is the hyper orange Venom that is in that game. That is kind of a fan favorite. It's a secret costume in that game. But it's now going to be in Rivals. So here's how it's working, which we were wondering before we went on the air how much this was going to cost. Word is it's only $2.99, which is actually
Yeah, and we've had people in chat saying that they've bought it while they've been listening. So
that's a pretty awesome price. So for $3, you get not only the orange Venom skin, you get a orange Venom nameplate, a couple Chrono token drops in there. But the other cool thing is you also get a costume coin, which is something completely new to the game. And then you have a handful of skins in the shop that you can go and buy. So some of them you guys had them pulled up, like what was it, the Magneto
Yeah.
skin?
I
What
was really
else?
stoked about
Psylocke?
the Sorcerer Supreme, the Doctor Strange costume, but also the Mohawk Rock Storm costume is in there too.
Oh man,
both of which I
and-
bought.
I might have to get that one. The Psylocke's the Vengeance Psylocke skin is in there. Superior Iron Man, Herald of
If you
Thunder
need any more
Thor.
convincing for the storm, whenever you change her abilities, it's
I
like
know.
the rock
Yeah.
strum on the
Mm.
guitar, and it's just like
Ooh. That's for our band. We're
Now-
starting our band.
I would say that you could buy multiple pickup bundles, but you can't. I'm pretty sure they have put out there you can only buy one pickup bundle. So
that makes sense.
you're only going to be able to get one token, of course, per account.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, a buy one get one is pretty sick.
yeah, and the way this
For
works is
$2.99?
every 3 matches you complete unlocks something in the bar. So you buy it, you immediately get the hyper orange Venom, and then every 3 matches. So essentially, you got to play. What is there 7? So 21 matches. Now, the interesting thing about this, and the minute I saw it, I was like, all right, so what they're doing is they know most people finish their battle pass by this point. Because, like, what did I say? Last week, because I played literally every day, completed every challenge and everything that I could, last week was the time where I bought the basic battle pass. I completed it. So they probably know that. So it's like, okay, there's like 2.5 weeks left. How do we keep players engaged that may leave and go play something else? Oh, let's put out this little cheap bundle where they get a skin
Recolor.
and then they have something else to work for. Play 3 games a day, boom, you're going to get back in the game. So
Yeah.
One thing I'm
Smart on
noticing
them.
here is you earn chrono tokens, which are battle pass currency with this thing.
You can
So it's
also
like-
convert.
yeah, but what it's 1,000? You get
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
looks like 200 you can earn. So it'll help you finish your battle pass, I guess, or get you just enough that you can go 10 to 1 or whatever it is the thing. So I don't understand what pickup means. It's like
Yeah,
Because
why?
you
Why are
you
they
pick it
phrasing
up
you pick it up.
from
As
the store. Oh, I'm gonna go pick up Dream Thickle Venom.
Yeah,
Get it? Because it's like
Dream
a
Thickle.
dreamsicle.
Dreamsicle.
but-
I've been trying so hard to think of what this is.
Dream
He's-
Thickle.
but it's like thick with 2 C's because of
Yeah.
his.
We were talking
Yeah.
about his
Yeah.
butt a little while ago, so I think that's where the Dream Thickle.
Dream
Dream
Thickle.
And
The other thing
I
is-
love a good lateral lisp.
Yeah.
The other thing, you say it's $3. Is it you actually pay them direct money, or it's $3 worth of gold coins? That's a question.
That is a question.
Say it again?
I'm assuming it's gold coins because that's how everything in the game works. Right?
Yeah, that's what I.
Oh, to buy?
figured,
Yeah,
too.
lattice. I think it's always anything like that
Lattice.
you gotta buy with
You
lattice.
got that
Gold.
lattice?
Yeah,
Gold
that's the
buttons.
blue.
Now you can convert units to lattice, right?
Right.
Is that
Right.
how it works?
The gold to the blue.
Or I'm sorry, lattice
No.
to units, right?
You have to go to one of those We Buy Gold places and actually get gold. Are those a thing in Canada, Neil?
Yep,
Okay.
probably.
I don't know
I
if they're
think so.
predominant as in.
You don't have any gold. You're
You
trying
buy
to sell
gold?
on a
Oh,
regular
like
don't have
basis?
Fort
the
Knox
like a
in
pawn
Canada?
shop kind of thing. Yeah.
No, they're literally places that.
We buy your
They-
gold jewelry, and they
Yeah,
melt
they'll
it
have
down or
people
whatever.
out on the street with signs that say like "We Buy Gold," and their whole
Yes.
job is like a sign spinner. Shout out
We
to
have
the
something
sign
like
spinner.
that, and then it tells us the price of gold while I drive by on like their electronic sign.
Yeah, I
also
think that's a
silver.
lot more higher class than what I'm talking about. But
That's the one I can think of. Yeah.
Let's see. We also had some, fixes to the game. So these very cool, well-written patch notes. We have Wolverine's terrifying pounce, Iron Fist wall climbing whimsy, I guess.
Oh,
Iron Man's teleportation tangle, Magneto's magnetic moments, Wolverine's ultimate with pinpoint precision.
so many alliterations.
Bug fixes, right?
Little fixes coming to the
There's
game.
no
of course.
real
Yeah.
number changes.
No
or
big
anything.
changes. Yeah, just saw all fixes coming in this patch, of course. But hey, we're a couple weeks out, so hopefully soon we'll be getting some changes to some of the heroes and see what those are going to be.
Yeah.
Let's
Team
see.
ups.
Yep, team ups. That's right. We should be getting some new team ups. Let's see. This week also we saw the finale of the North American Invitational, and 100 Thieves came out as the winners. So, did you guys get a chance? Did you watch any of this at all?
I don't.
I was
think
wa-
so.
I was
watched
watching
last
some of the
weekend.
matches, rooting for Nightmare.
They are who won last time, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
100 Thieves
Um,
isn't the Nightmare turns new team people, right?
No,
So
Sentinel
somebody-
turned to
Sentinels,
Nightmare,
right.
right? I think.
Yeah. Okay. I'm still looking for my my breakdown on all these teams and where they're from and all that stuff. But
But it was just good gameplay, like across, like exciting games, but also like good transparency from the players after matches. Talking about maybe this is just something that I'm not used to because I haven't followed esports super close.
Yeah.
Just being really real about matches. Some players talking about just really disappointed in themselves, but the team was great. They have more to offer, and the next time they hope to deliver more. But also, just stoked that they're playing a new game and a lot of people are watching it. So
yeah, that's something I noticed last weekend was, or I guess 2 weeks ago, they had a lot of the players as guests on the show as they were playing, so they would like catch people after matches and stuff like that, which makes it cool. But you see them, it's all online still, right? So it's like
yeah,
they're sitting at their house
Yep.
competing in this tournament, and like
pooping
would-
between rounds.
yeah exactly.
I mean, I really can't wait till we get a true LAN for this, and I hope we can all go to one of these events because if you've
By
never
the
been, I mean, Matt, you've been
sponsor
to an esports event. Ken's, you have. Neil, have you ever been to like a?
I have
He
no.
competed in one, Mark.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right.
that's true.
He did. That's right. You are. a
He's our
professional
pro
gamer.
gamer.
That's right.
That needs to be a bonus episode story.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need to explain
gotta
that.
find
Thing,
that.
yeah.
We got to find that recording.
Yeah, no, there was a live audience there, and I did play.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
that's true. But no, modern day, no. The closest thing I went to was they called it a Barcraft, where they streamed StarCraft at the bar. the bar owners.
Okay.
Oh,
I
they
don't
just
know.
streamed
They
it
had
live.
it down
Okay.
in like
Oh,
a
that's
thing,
cool
and
though. That's still
everyone
cool.
came and watched some pro StarCraft matches. It was pretty
That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, because seeing an esport event live, just recently, 2 years ago, I went to the FNCS, the big Fortnite championships in Raleigh.
That sounds crazy.
And that was awesome. Like, I didn't even really play. I mean, I still don't really play Fortnite, but like my son was so hard into it, so big into it. So we went, and you couldn't help but get caught up in it. Like, it was just
so
like
fun.
the
That's cool.
crowd screaming,
Yeah.
the lights, and just everything is awesome.
Crazy.
And then of course the Destiny stuff at like Guardian Con and all that stuff that I had gone to. It's great. So if really when they do some sort of LAN event with this, whatever convention it's at, whether NetEase is helping put it on or MLG or whatever it is, I think it would just be just awesome.
So, Mark, at the Fortnite one, was everyone playing on their phones like Matt showed us with the Call of Duty?
I mean, there were
PCs,
some
I
kids
guess,
in the
right?
crowd, I guess, kind of waiting, but no, I mean,
Not
people were
like
just
the
hyped.
competitors, right?
Yeah.
It
Oh
was all
no,
PCs or whatever.
It was all PC. Yeah.
I
All
was-
of the Call of Duty mobile kids, like they gotta have phone neck. They're just
Yeah. I was taken aback. Like, you have the people up on these big stages and they just have their phones. It's
Dude,
like,
I still
wow.
follow Pokemon Unite, like their competitive thing, and they still have they have live events. And there's it's so
That's cool.
weird seeing people with mobile devices like on their phone or
it's
League
like
of
it's not their
Legends,
phone. It's like
Wild
some
Legends.
souped up Samsung.
Right.
oh, it's the
that's,
greatest, yeah,
like
whatever the
in a
greatest
Dragons
is at the
cooler
moment.
because that thing is operating so hot that
yeah,
you touch it with your
definitely.
bare hands. Like my phone running Diablo Immortal or whatever it was.
Just
Yeah.
melted.
I tried to play it.
I think with that too is because the only other platform it's on is Switch, and it does not run as well on Switch.
No,
as it
no,
does
and
on
most people
mobile,
don't
so-
have a hardwired like landline for your Switch. It's like an adapter you get a box, so it's like
Right.
you're running on Wi-Fi at that point. And
Nerd.
it's like, yeah, that's not just gonna work. All right, let's see what else we have. We had this week little discussion we saw, and I think we actually had a question similar to this over. It was an episode maybe last week or the week before, but kind of in regards to quick play versus comp. And so, Matt, you mentioned this. This was over on, I think it was on X. You had seen it.
Yeah.
And there was
So this
or go ahead. I'll
it-
just take it.
it flagged me. I saw it because I follow a lot of gamers, and so the algorithm suggests stuff to you. And so this was actually a popular streamer had brought it up, and the argument was about using quick play and using quick play as either like your test ground or your proving ground, and people getting super sweaty in quick play. So basically saying stop using quick play as an excuse for like being bad, or as like quit trying out new characters in quick play. You need to be taking this game seriously, and kind of the back and forth that's happening around that. So there's a few different schools of thought, I feel, where it's like if you are wanting to get super sweaty in the game, that's competitive for you. And then quick play is for the more casual player. And then, which I feel I feel that because I'm playing a game, and if I'm solo queuing, I can do whatever I want. I can try out a new character. It's a game, but a lot of the time I do that in AI if I'm trying out a character for the first time, just because I want to control the difficulty, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But the back and forth happening is that I saw one comment that was like, well, no, it's a team-based shooter. You need to be respectful of the other people who are in your team, even if you don't know them, and be doing your best, even if it is in quick play. And so I thought that was such an interesting conversation. And so would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Full transparency, I'm like, I think it's not that serious. Unless you're in competitive, that's the only place where you have valid license to be sweaty and, hey, can you swap characters because this isn't
Yeah.
working,
Yeah, I mean, when I try out a new hero, I mean, I just play it usually still in quick play. I mean, this week here, I'm talking about playing mouse and keyboard. Any character I played, I didn't go into AI, and I mean, I wasn't as good as I normally am on controller with some heroes and better with others. And it was just like, I'm just going to jump in, quickly look at the controls. Here's their kit. Okay, I know what I'm doing, and just see how it goes. I mean, I do get the, like, respecting other people's time, but in the same sense, I don't think anyone playing quick play should go in with the expectations that we're going to have the most perfect match and that everybody on your team is going to maybe understand the characters they're playing or know what to do. And then to me, that's a learning ground of how do you handle these situations. Like that's what I've always loved about quick play. You kind of never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates, right? In Forrest Gump. You never know what you're going to get. You may get a great team and you play great. Or you make it a team and it's like, okay, well, that makes me a better player because I need to learn how to adapt to my teammates. So we hop in, everybody wants to play DPS. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just be the one healer because somebody's got to do it. And maybe it makes me a better healer because then I learn how to handle trying to heal 2 or 3 heroes at once, which you may encounter that at some point in comp.
Or I go DPS and we just full send 6 duelists.
See if it works, and then you'll know that it doesn't work, and just have fun with it. I don't know. Or it's like, Ken, you just brought up the perfect analogy in the start of the show is quick play is the banging your action figures together.
Yeah, just want to have fun.
That's it. Like to me, that is the best analogy I heard about this game and what quick play should be is just go have fun. Bang the characters together and see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I read through some of these comments and stuff after you linked it, Matt, and I told you guys I'm going back and forth. I'm like, yeah, like why are you getting mad at people? It's quick play. But then there's some people that are like, this is my competitive. My team is cross-platform and we cannot play in competitive. So quick play, we're trying really hard. So it's like, yeah, okay, they want to have competitive like games in there. It's PvP. There is a versus AI if you want to work on a character. But then on the other side of the thing is like, why are you getting mad at your teammates? As you said, Mark, like see how you can improve yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're using quick play as your competitive, then that's up to you to 6-stack or stop complaining because you can't try and use this facet of the game as something to do this because, it's like you can't measure other people with your own yardstick, if that makes sense. There was one comment that a guy said, I don't understand why you guys are getting so mad. I play this with my 10-year-old son and we play this game together. How dare you suggest that we are, messing up the game for you? Like I could not care less. Yeah. And I was like 100%.
Yeah.
And it was, one person even got offended that it was like, it's the same thing about like people who one trick. It just because, but I think of it as, what Ken said, you're not playing with action figures, you're playing a game. And it's like, sometimes I just want to play Iron Man.
Yeah.
Because I want to fly around and blast stuff.
Now
and that's what I'm going to do. I might not be good at it, but that's what I want to play. It's a game.
The one thing I will say is maybe a game I could see like a game like let's say League of Legends or Dota. Yeah. Like those games because the matches are 40 minutes, 50 minutes that if you go in there and those are exactly. So those are games where if you're not respecting the other people, the games can be very bad. And then in the same sense, like, you would think, okay, well, one player's bad, the game will get over quickly. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes like I've been in Paragon was a game I played a lot, a MOBA, which now predecessor is kind of the reversion of that. But like those matches sometimes would go on for so long and you could almost tell in the first like 5 or 10 minutes, okay, my team sucks. And it's like, do I just kind of purposely lose and I keep spamming the surrender and nobody's surrendering and you're just like, I don't want to quit because then you got to sit out X amount of time. And so those games that have longer match times, it sucks to have that. So I get that. But this game, the matches are fairly quick,
5
right?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
15.
I mean, sometimes they're so fast. So it's like if your team's bad, just do what you can in the match. Make sure you're doing your job. Like that's how, and I've told you guys before with Overwatch, why I never really got mad when I would do quick match or in here with quick play. It's just because as long as I'm doing my job, I know I'm doing my part. And it's, a lot of times just play a healer. If I'm healing and I still, we lose, but I come out with 17,000 heals, I did the best I could. The rest of my team sucked, but whatever. I did what I could.
I think that's what you have to do too, is like I don't think that quick play is ever going to be a reflection of how you're going to do in competitive because of just how it is. And so no matter how badly you want it to be, it's it's human behavior. Like you can't change what someone else is going to do. And that's where people go for casual play. And so the best that you can do is learn, like what Mark is saying, is like learn your individual play for you, play solo, learn your character as best you can, because you can be destroying people in quick play, and you'll switch over to competitive and get absolutely destroyed. So they're just different.
Yep.
I think that's okay.
Yep. So, and I'm glad they both exist too, because it's like, you can have those sweaty matches when you want, or you can just go in and have fun and take that for what it is. So
I saw there was a suggestion that they should add a unranked mode. So it's like a step between quick play and ranked. But as you said, Mark, I think that only makes sense in League of Legends and those other ones where it's
I don't
longer
even think it
matches
makes
and
sense
stuff, right?
there. Like it's still, I think it still ends up being the same thing. You just created another mode where the
Split
same
player
thing is
based.
going to happen. If there's no rank that you're earning,
Yeah.
that's just how it's going to work.
The thing that works with those games though is they have like the pick and ban phase and stuff. So it's it'll throw that in there, right? So
Not
you
in
have
not in
your
like
pick and
in
ban.
League, not in like the
No?
like whatever quick
Yeah,
play
the
is
same
called.
I don't think
You
predecessor
don't ban.
paradigm.
Unranked? No.
Yeah, there's no bans.
Interesting.
Yep.
But
Just different way of handling it, I guess. But again, glad they're both in there. And again, just the general comment. I know we always say it. It's a game. Have fun. And when you're not having fun, why don't you go do something else for a little bit? Come back to it. All right, let's move on here to our lore segment that we call the Cerebro Files. All right. Well, as we said here, we're getting towards the end of the season, so we decided this week we're going to jump into the lore of part 1 of season 1. So not 1.5. We're talking season 1. And, there's a lot. That's all I'm going to say. There is a lot of ways to handle this. So I think this is going to be a little bit different than we do our typical lore dump. So we're just going to kind of start talking, I think, because there is so much in here. I mean, we could literally go through gallery pages, but when you're doing just the gallery pages, you're missing out on the skin lore. You're missing out on the map lore. So we'll kind of get going here and kind of throw in some bits and things. But I'm sure many of you kind of at this point of the season, I would hope. I mean, the event, I think, is over. So if you didn't get those gallery pages from the part 1 of season 1 here, I think you kind of missed out on that.
Sorry.
But the
also part 2 is over now too.
And part 2 is over too as well. That's right. So the Eternal Night's Fall story, essentially, Doom, as we know, kind of is our big antagonist for this whole game. Well, he, of course, wants to control time. And he finds that he thinks if you get a drop of blood from a vampire, that you can then, at that point, just time is yours to control.
You can infuse it with Chronovium.
Right.
And then with that and some special spells from the Darkhold, which has come up a lot in our character stories, because at first we're going through these character lore stories in here and it's like, okay, yeah, this guy's doing this, but then you start to see things reoccur, like, okay, the Darkhold's coming up again. Again. Oh, you go into the Wanda story we talked about, and that kind of plays a big role in this as well. And Dracula's castle is in Central Park. What's going on there? Well,
and it seems like, I think Khonshu also kind of comes into play in this part too, because he's wanting to get a hold of the Darkhold himself as well. So Doom convinces Dracula to put a drop of blood on this Chronovium, and it essentially, he has all control of time within New York City. So that's where his castle appears. We have J. Jonah Jameson and some of those news reports, kind of as you work your way through the event, talking about the castle actually appearing in Central Park, even though we weren't doing that point yet, or getting to Central Park. We at least found out that his castle was there. Of course, Dracula takes over the city. He creates a bunch of the humans in there, turns them into vampires. And, of course, the Fantastic Four is doing the best they can to kind of hold people back. But J. Jonah Jameson is wondering where the heroes are. We find out that Doctor Strange learns that Khonshu has the Darkhold. So he goes to Khonshu's realm to try to get back the Darkhold. And he knows he's probably not going to be able to actually force him to give it to him. So what does he do? he asked him to play a game of, what's the name of this game that they play? It's almost like a game of chess.
It's like an Egyptian chess.
Yeah.
I think it's Senate or
Senate. Yeah.
Senate.
Yeah.
Yep. So they begin playing this game, and of course, does he end up winning? I think, right? Or
Yes.
Yeah. He wins.
Yeah.
And how he wins is he uses a strategy told to him by Dr. Doom, actually. So it's like Dr. Doom probably knew that this was happening. Just, oh, next time you play Senate, try this. And it was like a high risk, high reward kind of move in the game. I'd like to see if this is a real game and maybe play it. But there's some splash art of them playing the game, and
It is a
looks
real
like
game.
It's cool. Yeah.
Grid kind of. It's kind of like chess, as they said. It's a grid. You move some pieces around, and I don't know exactly how that works, but so he plays and he wins and takes the Darkhold with him.
Well, yeah. So that's interesting, dude. That Doom probably knew then that Doctor Strange was going to be playing this game, right? You would assume he saw that through time. Strange wins, and Wanda actually pulls him back out. So Khonshu's trying to go after him. I think it's did they say it? I think it's the victory screen of the Doom match. You actually see Khonshu's claw like kind of coming at Strange, and he gets pulled out. And the pages of the Darkhold are then scattered all throughout Midtown. And so when you see that Midtown splash screen, you see the little vampires and they're all looking at the different pages. Because at that point, they're looking for there's two different spells. There's the one spell that I guess empowers
the vampire pages.
Vampiric verses.
The
Yeah,
Montesi formula is the
the other
one
one.
that eradicates all vampires.
Right. And so that's what Mr. Fantastic is really trying to find. So that's when you see the screen of him and Iron Man almost arguing. It's that Mr. Fantastic is like, hey, we need to find this Montesi formula that's in the Darkhold. This page is somewhere in the city. We need to find it. And so when you play the Midtown map, you're taking Herbie to try to get there to scan the pages, right? At Avengers Tower, I guess. Where Iron Man says, okay, well, you know what? I think we might just be able to kind of figure out cut our losses. So if I just come in here with this giant robot suit, my Stark Sentinel, that we'll just be able to just kill some of these vampires, but we're the losses aren't going to be so great. But he gets knocked out of the screen, or knocked out of the air, because all these vampire bats come together, knock you down, bring you crashing down, which of course you see the Stark Sentinel crashed in the Midtown map. And how do we figured out on the map you can actually bring that Sentinel back?
Rebuild.
Yeah,
you can rebuild. So it unlocks after the first point is taken with the push. And then if you do your X-ray vision to see what's breakable, this comes up as a red breakable object. And this is in that room that you kind of do it's kind of like a U or like a question mark kind of thing right before you go down the ramp into the subway area. And anything that's red, and there is some on the Central Park map as well, you try and destroy it. And once it's destroyed, it actually rebuilds rather than destroying. So
nice.
That's how you rebuild it. And then it kind of changes the layout a little bit. It's not rubble. It turns into a nice little what it was before the Stark Sentinel crashed into it. So that was
That's sick. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Takes a little bit while, but just keep hitting it and it'll rebuild itself.
Now, if you win on that map, you always see Doctor Strange and Wanda, and it's at that point that I guess there's a big burst of all the Darkhold pages. So you see them there, and there's tons of Darkhold pages near them. So we assume then that they're getting the formula that they need to counteract the vampires. But if you, or go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, let's say if you lose on the map, that's when you see Moon Knight kind of appearing. And in the beginning, if you remember, you kind of see him off to the side, like kind of sitting there, like seeing Stark and Mr. Fantastic arguing. So Moon Knight, kind of amongst all this, does his own thing where he goes out and creates, what do they call it? The magic, like the Moon Magic Society or something like that. There's actually a building on that map.
Eternity Knights.
The Eternity Knights. There it is.
Because it's Eternal Night.
Yeah, and that's the skins in the game. So that kind of final splash page that you see of all the different skins in the game, that is all the Eternal Knights. So I'll kind of pop that up there. So those are the Eternal Knights that you see. So you see Moon Knight kind of in the top right there. You got the Wolverine from the Battle Pass skin, the Adam Warlock, the Iron Man skin that Ken's doesn't like, the Psylocke. But all those skins, that's the Eternal Knights. That's Moon Knight.
Yeah.
So they're coming to take out the vampires at that point. Now, if you notice too, that gallery page that's where the Black Panther skin is that is out now. You can see that on the left. That is the Black Panther skin. So it was teased halfway through the season, but we're just getting it now, just this week.
That's awesome.
Go ahead.
Oh, my understanding of this whole what that one page is called that Ken's told us that I forget now, but that spell,
Tessie formula.
Yes, thank you. That spell will destroy all the vampires, but the issue is that some of the civilians, right? Some of the civilians have turned vampiric, so it would also kill all of them. So
Also, Blade and his daughter.
Right. Well, that too, and we need him as a character in the next season, so we can't use that.
Allegedly.
So, Khonshu actually wanted to use it as well and be rid of all the vampires, so that's why he wanted the Darkhold in the front. So kind of like, and obviously Khonshu is decides what Moon Knight does, right? So Moon Knight's kind of on that side too, destroy all vampires. But Reed wants to use it, but they want to kind of figure out how to do it so only Dracula and the bad vampires will die, not all of them, killing all the civilians as well. So it's kind of creating that like two sides of the story of how they want to use this, and they're building a machine to use it somehow. So that's kind of how that works, but it's creating kind of like a civil war.
Angie or something. What's the name of
it might be more in the 1.5 lore as well, but we might get into that a little bit.
So we did mention Blade. So Blade is kind of the other side of this season. So we find out Blade does get captured.
Trudy.
Right, by Dracula. Dracula is doing whatever experiments. Yeah. But we also learned that, was it Strange that brought in Ratatoskr, or was it Doom that brought him there?
It was Dracula.
Dracula, okay.
Because Dracula knew that Ratatoskr's horn. He's got a horn. He's like a unicorn thing. That can kill Dracula. Yeah. So he knew that Blade could take him out. So he wanted to find Blade and capture him and put him in the basement of the castle. And then he's like, okay, I got Blade. Now let's get the squirrel guy and capture him. And that's kind of
so that we learn of their capturing in the first part of season 1. But obviously 1.5 is when we actually get the Central Park map. And we'll talk about that next week when you actually are freeing Ratatoskr and ultimately taking Dracula down. So anything else in this? I mean, we kind of just rambled through that. I know it's
I was like, I just sat back and listened.
A little bit different way, but yeah, it's
I thought that I knew the
I mean, that's the thing about this is like when you just read the gallery pages as you're going, sometimes they're a little out of order, they're kind of mismatched, but there really is a cohesive story when you take in everything on all the maps, all the skins, everything that's coming out. There is a pretty kick-ass story to this. I mean, I would urge people to go out and just go on YouTube and just search out like season 1 lore, season 1.5 lore. We're going to try to see if we can get somebody on, like a lore master, if you want to say on here, to maybe at some point either go over this stuff or maybe next season to come on the show as a guest. So if you have any recommendations, let us know. Either hit us up in Discord or shoot us a message or an email. But there's a lot here. Like, they're doing an awesome job in telling a story and what otherwise is just a PvP hero shooter.
Yeah,
right? It's pretty awesome.
I think it's really interesting that Doom has organized all of this. It is essentially, this is all just one big distraction.
True.
It's like he's got his own thing going on. It's like let's keep the heroes of Earth, occupied while he's off, doing whatever, trying to like use Chronovium to. We don't know, what is he trying to do? He's trying to like.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, where we have the rumors of where we're going next, and we'll talk about that next week. But like, what else is he going to do with Chronovium? Like, he wants to use this to, I guess, control time, take the ultimate control over time. I guess essentially what he wants to be.
Yeah.
But
thinking about it, because I was refreshing myself on season 0 as well. That's also like the newfound like food source for Galacta and Galactus. It's like the alternative to eating full planets. And so if like if everything's wiped out, this is an easy way. Like if he starts hoarding Chronovium, then he essentially is making sure that Galactus and Galacta, because like watch like 5 seasons down the road, she becomes like a playable character or something.
Or the
like,
ultimate
oh,
villain.
yeah.
Like, is she going to be the one that eventually
That-
turns and it's no longer going to be like, you know,
Um,
you're almost there. They almost got it. It's like, I'm going to eat your face.
That's
Like,
his distorted voice.
She's already the villain.
yeah, it's true. She is. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah, he wants full control over time and space, and so with him like talking to Dracula in one of those at the beginning of it, he's telling Dracula, "Hey, I want to help you. I'll give you this Chronovium. Just give me a little bit of your blood. I can infuse it and have better control over some things. And I'd like you to take over New York to keep the heroes busy." Is kind of what he wants Dracula to do, and Dracula's kind of a little bit suspicious, but he's like, okay, why? What's in it for you? Why are you helping me do this? He's like, okay, I want you to keep the heroes busy, and you can make it night forever, and you can have like your playground and just let the sky rain with blood, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gross.
So that was his proposal to that. We knew he wanted a drop of his blood for the to infuse the Chronovium with. And so that's kind of, it seems like that's what his end game is, but what he's going to do with that, we're not sure at this point. One of the interesting lore pages in this was the ancient game, and this was kind of going through all that stuff with Khonshu and Senate. This whole kind of story is told by Bats, which is Doctor Strange's ghost dog. Yeah. So we talked about this in the Doctor Strange episode. Bats. He actually shows up in the Doom Match map too. Mm-hmm. You see him walking around in there. Yep. So I thought that was a cool little thing. Now that I know who Bats is, and he's just awesome. Bring Bats into the game as a playable hero or something.
Yeah.
My favorite spray to use is Doctor Strange.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, the Bats, yeah.
And it's funny. It opens with it, and Bats is like, Doctor Strange never wants to play with me, but now he wants to go play this game with Khonshu. I guess if it's I have to make playing ball with me, the fate of the universe depends on it, or something like that, in order for him to.
There needs to be an emote where he throws him a ball or whatever.
That would be cool. Yeah. I want to know. I mean, I guess it's really part of season 1. You don't really see it till the end of the battle pass, but of course, people could have just paid through the battle pass and had that in the first part. When you get the Wolverine skin, he jumps up and cuts the moon. Like, is that going to be how this is all going to end? Like, is he going to jump up and slash the moon? Like,
it's haunted.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, right. Definitely. Cool. But yeah, that's kind of a wild scene you see in the MVP screen. He jumps up and he just kind of is lunging at the screen or at the moon and just cuts it. So
awesome.
I don't know, but so far, like we said, they've done a great job with this. And next week we'll get into some season 1.5. Anything else on season 1? You guys want to any little bits or anything? Or we think we covered it all?
Go ahead, Neil.
Just the one thing at the end of the battle pass when you get it, it's kind of story-wise, it takes part at the first part of the season. It's the At Your Service with Herbie talking. So it kind of introduces the Fantastic Four, and he talks about what each character's doing. So at the beginning, Mr. Fantastic is working on this time stream reintegration device, which we know the name of. You guys said it just now. I don't remember it. With
Trudy.
Tony Stark. Trudy, there you go. So Tony and Mr. Fantastic are working together at the beginning. How they're going to use that, they have other ideas, but they're at least putting their heads together to do that. Sue Richards is in Central Park learning about the vampires. They're like, okay, all these vampires started showing up. What's going on? So she's doing her research there.
Researching it.
Yeah. Johnny Storm and Spider-Man are together. They're trying to help people in New York. So that's happening. And then the thing is going on a supply run. So, and how they had this event 1, it was all in a newspaper. I think event 2 was also a newspaper. So you have J. Jonah Jameson doing his thing, and obviously he's not the biggest fan of Spider-Man, and he mentions a couple times that Spider-Man, where is he? Why isn't he helping? We've got this great Fantastic Four group, and they're battling the vampires, but Spider-Man's gone. I think that's a nod to Spider-Man got pulled into the future and is dealing with the Web of Destiny or whatever it was.
Yep.
2099.
Some other things going on for Spider-Man for sure, which we'll probably get to at some point. I mean, it's in the comics, right? We have the comic. Yeah, that was kind of explaining some of that stuff, and I could see them. We may have a whole season that then just focuses on what's happening there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next week we will be diving into the season 1.5 lore. So, kind of the finale of everything we've been doing this season. Now, we did actually get a message over on Discord from Balby37, and they said, "Hey, does Matt have shareable notes on the reading list portion of the Cerebro files? I resubbed to Marvel Unlimited, intend to listen to the podcast while driving." So, Matt, what do you think? You were going to try to come up with like a reading list, maybe?
Yeah, I'll put those out on our socials because it'd be easy for anybody to just go back through the episodes and write them down from there. But yeah, keep an eye on our socials and I'll start trickling those out in graphic form for you. Another good tip, if you are on Marvel Unlimited, you can use the character spotlights. You can just search a character's name and either pull up the spotlight or it will just literally bring up anything the character's in.
Yeah.
Which is very overwhelming. So I don't suggest doing that.
Yeah. There was a discussion about that over in our Discord. Like, where do you start? Where do you begin?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw somebody put it in there, and I know we've talked about it on the show before. Just pick a character that you like and just really just anywhere. Just start reading. But Marvel Unlimited is great with that. It'll tell you, like, there's reading lists. Recommended starting points are within Marvel Unlimited. So,
definitely, if you want recommendations, join in the Discord and ask. I'd be always happy, and any of us are, because we all read. We can definitely recommend a good starting point. It doesn't mean you have to pick up and read every other comic after that. Maybe you want to check in, read an event, and that's it.
And even if you don't want to subscribe to Marvel Unlimited, go to your local library. There's probably tons of novels and stuff like that they have all kind of
trade paperbacks.
Yep. Pick up the trades. They're usually 5-6 issues or whatever. And that's why I'm a big fan of those mini series too. Like if you just pick something that's 4 issues, you're not like going in for 100 issues or whatever it is. And it's just overwhelming. And there's just so much coming out and you're never going to catch up. So just pick what kind of speaks to you and you can read some summaries or whatever on the internet somewhere. The one thing, if you are going to search for characters in the Marvel Unlimited, they do have the character kind of page that, as Matt said, it shows all the things they're into, but I don't think there's a way to link that to actually the reading guides. So just search for the character's name and then go through those search results and try and find the reading guides from there. Don't just click on their name because for some reason I can't find the reading guides once you're in the character's page. So that's kind of a little bit weird thing on it there. But we also have on Reddit in the Marvel, there's a wiki kind of thing, and we use that every week when we're looking at each character. So it has it broken down by characters, essential modern reading, and stuff like that. So that's a cool thing. Maybe I'll throw that in the Discord too. For people to look at. That
sounds like you should join the Discord.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Yeah. Which, by the way, we hit 200 while we were recording here.
Let's go.
So there you go, man.
200.
So
300 is next. Get a back tattoo of Jeff, guys.
Yeah, you agreed to that, right?
Yeah.
Hold the tape back.
Anyways, moving on.
Mark 2, matching tattoos.
All right, let's move on here to our final segment, the part of the show where we get you involved that we call What Ifs. All right. Well, don't forget, you can always email the show to rivalsassemblepod@gmail.com, or you can leave us a comment over on Spotify. Just click the latest episode, and you can just leave us a comment there. Or we're now pulling from the Discord. We mentioned the Discord, so go join our Discord. We have a section that says "What If Listeners," and we asked a bunch of our Discord folks
about our Discord.
yesterday to send us
Discord.
their questions. And the first one we got here, this one comes to us from RJ the Design Bandit. And he said, if you could change one thing about the game, what would it be? What would it be if you could change one thing? I would say sprays.
Sprays on all the
Sprays
heroes.
on all the heroes. We already answered that.
I would, and this isn't like, oh, I don't like this, they need to change it. The thing I'm looking most forward to is more maps. If that makes sense. So it's like, I know that they're going to change that. So
Yeah.
I don't have anything like
They're-
critical to say.
At this rate, yeah, there's going to be a ton.
Yeah, I mean, I like the rollout so far of the maps. I mean, I think we had a good bit in season 0, and I think the way they handled it here through this season of giving us one. I mean, 2 would have been nice too with each half of the season, but one, just the way the story flowed, it just seemed to kind of work out. I mean, it was still exciting to get into the, going into Midtown for that first time, and then going into Central Park. Like it's
Yeah.
so far. I think
I
the
also
rollout's been
want
good.
seasonal maps, like in Overwatch, how you can play New Queen Street and it be Christmas.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Oh.
I want the Jeff Christmas theme playing in Burn in T'Challa, and the Orisha god statues to be wearing Santa hats. Or
Make it happen.
Kwanzaa gear, or any type of holiday that's winter-ish, or not even winter, because it's not winter.
We're not
in all
winter
the
anymore,
world.
man. It's spring.
No, spring now.
that
So for the Midtown maps, after season 1 is over, and I assume the heroes are gonna, cut through the moon and bring day back. Do you have a daytime Midtown map and a daytime Central Park map?
That would be sweet. Yeah. But how do you have the castle in Central Park? Because by that point, you
Maybe it
assume...
could be like overgrown and like.
Maybe it's Latveria.
How are you gonna get rid of it, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Or Central Park Zoo. You just go into the zoo. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's where Shredder got Rocksteady and Bebop and turned them into mutants. So maybe it just turns into a TMNT game at that point. I don't know.
Oh, let's do it.
Let's
Crossover.
do it. Let's do it, Neil.
I think that's a good idea. Like, because they have night and day on the maps too, right? Or you said seasonal. I think
Yeah.
that's a cool way to do it. Yeah, I can't really think of anything I
I
would
don't have
change.
much either.
The spray
That would
thing,
be
I
good.
think, is a good one. That's something that, and you know what? Here's kind of the opposite of that. If you had asked me at the beginning of season 0 or kind of like beta and all that, what was one thing I would want to change? And I can guarantee you, I would have told you at that point, I wanted a roll queue.
Health pack.
And you know what I don't
Well,
want
the
now is a roll
turntables.
queue.
Mm,
I
let's
do
find
not want that.
podcast episode.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Or health packs. Yeah, just ditch those out again.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think maybe, and I was proven wrong that it doesn't happen, is a good idea is you don't miss out on the dailies. Just let us complete our dailies and don't expire kind of thing. But that's it goes against the game. They want you to pop in every
they
day,
want you
right?
playing every
Make
day.
it-
Yeah,
make
you know
sure
what? That's
everything-
I would say that's one thing I wish they would do just to the battle pass is allow me to make progress just by playing. Because even
Yeah.
like a lot of games,
after
like
you do the
a lot of games will still do that. Like even, you can do your challenges and yeah, let's say you got 100-point bar. You do the challenges, you get 30 for each one you do. But even just playing one match, once you've completed all your challenges, you get 10 points or whatever.
sure.
So this way I can
Something.
at least continue to play and still make progress. But I get it. And honestly, the way they did it kept me coming back every day and it kept me through the whole season pretty much. I mean, in the end, I had 3 weeks left, I guess 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks after completing it by just not buying anything, just getting right through it. So it did its purpose. It served its purpose, what they wanted it to do. But I think still being able to play would help a little bit. Or, that's one of the things like I guess Overwatch does. And I guess they're doing this here where for every 1,000 points you get, you all can actually get 10, or what was it, 200 units, I think you get added? Or 100 units, I'm sorry.
1,000 to
units.
100. Yep.
But like in Overwatch, they had the names you would get for your nameplate, like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, afterwards, like
Afterwards.
after every 1,000.
So that would be
points or
cool,
whatever.
yeah.
Prestige.
the prestige
Yeah, yeah.
awards. Yeah, if there was some sort
Yeah,
of
that's
prestige
a good
awards,
idea.
would be cool. I think adding it to that. So,
And they said that you could finish, like it's not tied to the season. Like if I didn't finish the battle pass, I could earn credits in season
you
2
can go-
and
you can
go back
do the
and
other
finish it, right? If you
Yep.
bought it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
All right, let's see. We got another one on Discord. This one comes to us from Stealth T, and they said, "Who's your favorite esports
Stealth.
or esports team /org?" could be one with a Rivals team or not. I'm a sucker for good branding and love to get others' opinions on logos, colors, etc. So the team that I root for, and I couldn't even really tell you why, and this goes to really just me watching the HCS, the Halo Championship Series, is Optic. Green Wall, man. I don't know what it is about Optic. I just love the green and black. I think part of it was because I like their skin in Halo Infinite when the game first launched and they had the Optic skins, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm an Optic fan. Like I wasn't deep into esports, and ever since then I've just been following that team. So
Mark is also a sucker for good branding.
Yes. So
This is the same for me too, but I like, that was it at first, as they won one of those tournaments, and I was started to root for them, and then like started to get to know them,
the
like
players,
you know the players, like, man, these guys, like,
Trippy
and just seeing their dynamic, I thought was really cool compared to other teams, and then getting to see them live was awesome. So
that's cool.
Optic's not doing they don't have a Rivals team, I don't think, but
not yet. So
hey,
come to me. I'm ready to go, man. I'm gold. I'm gold.
He's playing with mouse and keyboard now.
Mouse
so
and keyboard,
gold.
bro. Let's
I'm
go,
a hard
Optic.
carry.
The green vomit wall is probably what I would be at that point. Neil, do you have any StarCraft teams or orgs or anything like looking back at that? Is there anybody that?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Been a while.
I remember I was watching League a lot too, and it was Team Solo Mid. So they had like I don't know if there's still a thing or not, but the one guy that played on the team kind of made his own team, and they would do these like gaming house vlogs, and I watched a few of those and just kind of saw what their day was like. Okay, and this is where everyone streams, and we play for 12 hours, and then we go outside maybe once, and it's like, okay, cool. So that was the last time I kind of followed esports a little bit, was watching some of that League stuff. Something I loved was Heroes of the Dorm. So the Heroes of the Storm game had
that was
March
so
Madness.
good.
Yeah.
So I would pick some colleges and do my bracket or whatever, and then follow that a little bit.
Something for me. I missed that so much.
Essentially, Heroes of the Storm had a tournament they would do every year, and it was college teams would play, and whichever team won, they would get scholarships. Basically,
get their college
free ride
for.
through college. So, very cool. And then of course Blizzard got rid of that. But I mean, you got to throw out the Overwatch League, right? Like, I mean, they really tried to have people. Toronto had a team, right? I know Atlanta had a team. The Atlanta Reign.
Yeah, I followed Reign for a long time.
Yep.
Vancouver had one as well.
Boston.
I liked
Atlanta has
LA?
a phase team, or had a phase team at one point too.
At first, Toronto was like a second season edition. So at first I was I think it was LA. They had a team, whatever, the Green Valiant or something. They had a couple Canadians on their team, and that's why I picked them. So it's like, yeah, I gotta rep.
Right now, I'm following Sentinels and Nightmare. I really like sucker for a good logo and branding. Like, I love Nightmare's whole aesthetic, like the 4 capital letters, just like the graphics that they produce on their social media. They're just so clean, and the designs are so sick. And then for Sentinels, it's just very strong.
It's the red,
definitive,
it's just like
red, like powerful branding. Again, like,
I would say right now that's probably the Rivals team, because that was a team I don't know what it was, like all the other team names, and maybe this could be just the branding, but like you just said, Matt, like Sentinels just looked like the professional team. And maybe it's because I know of that. Like, they have an HCS team too, don't they, Kens? A Halo team, Sentinels?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like I knew that name, and I knew 100 Thieves, of course, but then everybody else, like, I didn't really know. I knew Shroud as a streamer, and he's trying to have a team, but like, I don't know how Shroud's team necessarily did, but just the brand of
it's
Sentinels.
Shroud X, I think is the name. I think that's
what it is, yeah.
It's an interesting.
But let's see. We also have over on Discord, this one comes to us from Pokemon YAC 1234. Says, I've been listening to y'all since the first episode. I just want to know how Rivals has changed your lives and how y'all all met as friends. So
loaded questions.
I guess meeting as friends.
I don't know if I consider you guys friends. I don't
I consider
break
you
my heart, Matthew.
rivals.
Acquaintances.
I mean, we all met. I had my own podcast, and you guys, we just kind of met through that, right? I
We
think
paid to be his friends.
We paid to be your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were all patrons of my old podcast, I guess. But then Neil and Matt, I wanted to play Champions, Marvel Champions, the card game. So the three of us started playing Marvel Champions every week, and then we just were talking. We wanted to play some D&D, and so we put out in the Discord for that show of, hey, does anybody want to join? And Ken said, hey, I'll join with you guys too. And we all just started playing. We all clicked and just started playing every week. Started a
For like 3 years.
huge
Whatever.
D&D campaign. And
Wow.
yeah, we've been
Yeah, I
playing
can't believe
now
it's
pretty
been
much
that
every
long.
week. So
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
like we met as kids or anything like that. It just kind of came through
No.
meeting online. Yeah. And our love of
Mhm.
game and
We also
features.
did. We had our retro game podcast.
Got a couple
We did
different
few
projects
episodes.
we've thrown into the void.
yeah.
We did actually. We
Out
put
there on the
out,
internet.
what was the comic book?
Sentinels of the
RPG
multiverse.
Sentinels.
Oh, so
Yeah, we put those out as episodes, so you guys can go find that. I think that's on the Enthusiast Life feed, right?
Yeah, and that's something we're actually going to do. I don't know if it'll be in the Patreon or we'll probably put a couple in the regular feed as well. But we're definitely going to get to some tabletop gaming, starting with Marvel, definitely for sure. So you guys can kind of see what the Marvel Multiverse RPG is all about, because I really think a lot of you out there would really enjoy it. But then the Sentinels of the Multiverse is great as well. It's another superhero
Amazing
tabletop
That was so
RPG, and that one, as great as the Marvel Multiverse RPG is, of course we love our Marvel. Sentinels is just such an awesome, like, comic
They nailed
hero,
it.
superhero
Yeah.
system. It is so great
The
because
system was
You
so
are
good.
the hero. It's-
you
I don't know, it's
just do what you
so-
want to do, and like most games, like if you think like D&D, it's crunchy. You're rolling dice. Oh, am I hitting them? They have their armor. This
Yeah.
is like you're Superman. Yes, you're gonna punch the guy in the face. Let's figure out what happens because you're saying you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Let's figure out what happens, and it's just it's great storytelling.
Yeah, I liked how they had the level of enemies, and it's like, okay, you're a superhero. They have these low-level thugs or whatever, and each of them are given a die value or something like that. So
Yep.
it's like, they have a D4, so you have to roll higher than a 4 and then they just
Four-sided
gone.
die, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically you hit them, they roll the dice, and they have to roll higher than like a 2 to not die or not be knocked out.
Not
And,
be
like,
knocked
that's just
out.
Or die.
Or if they're a D8 and you hit them, then they become a D6, and the next
Right.
time you hit them, they become a D4. So and like
knock
your
them down.
punch maybe does like, let's say 4 damage. So they have that D8, they can roll higher than a 4 and they'll be survived, but they're still, just because you hit them, they're still going to go down to a D6. But then by the time they get to the D4, even if they roll a 4, your damage is a 4, they're done. They're just immediately dead.
It's very
So-
cool. And then when you hit the big bosses, big bad at the end game, they are similar to you with hit points,
Hit points and stuff. Yeah.
and all that. So I feel like you could reskin that with Marvel and make it
100%,
pretty fun.
For sure.
Now, how has Rivals changed our lives? I think the biggest one would be that we all, I guess I should say, are sitting here doing this right now.
Yeah.
That's how it's changed our lives. We are not playing Sentinels of the Multiverse or Multiverse RPG or D&D. We're here talking to you guys doing this. So that's really been...
I remember when the game was announced, just dropping it in our group chat, just being like, my wallet is already crying because this was I'm
and here we
I'm
are
very
today with
much
your
the
wallet crying.
personality hire of this 4-stack. I'm not the strongest gamer. And so
Imposter syndrome, Matt. You're great.
I don't know.
You're great.
But when it was just like, oh, shooter, oh, Marvel, oh, original content, yeah, sign me up all day. And it was something that was like that fell within the Venn diagram of all of our interests. So it's been really
One thing, this podcast almost didn't happen because it came out and Mark's like, okay, yeah, we're doing the podcast and like we're gonna do this, this, and like I checked my phone and this is our our to-do list, and then Mark kind of got cold feet and he's like, oh, you know what, guys, let's just keep playing games. I don't want to like turn this into a big thing. And then the game got closer and closer to launch, and then, you know what, guys, let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Let's see
We're
what
like,
happens.
okay, yeah. And we were all like on
I was
board
like,
or off
I've
board or
grabbed
whatever.
some social media
Yeah,
page
sure, okay, sure,
names.
okay.
Well, it's
Agreed.
for me,
Yeah.
dude. This has literally been like deja vu because it's been like
Yeah.
how Guardian Radio went. It just the show just we came out, started small, and then suddenly like something clicked, and just suddenly we have this amazing community, the Discord community. I mean, back with Guardian Radio for Destiny, I don't even know if there was Discord. I mean, we weren't using a Discord at
Yeah,
that point, but
back
like
Guardian
it was
Radio
forums,
16.
message boards, things like that, and it was our Twitch chat, and it's happening again. Like, and this community is just awesome. And like, that's what drives me to continue to do it, is to, provide obviously entertainment to people out there, and, people who are like-minded like us, is here to have fun with the game. And that's what it's all about, man. These are video games, right? It's fun.
Yeah, and that's always
community's
been kind of like the way we've approached everything. It's that, at the end of the day, we are friends who are doing something that we like together. And if something comes in to change the vibe or, threaten that vibe, then that's probably the time we back out.
Yeah. I mean,
Because I don't know, like, you guys are all dads. And so, like, family comes first. And I feel like we're all super respectful of that. And so just what's the word? The wiggle room we have with each other.
Understand.
It just works really
I mean, literally where we've had like all this prep work for a D&D session, and 5 minutes before we go to get on, like, oh God, guys, this came up, and everybody's like, okay, it's fine. It's cool.
well. All right.
And we just
Yeah,
go
we're
into
there.
Play
next week.
Overwatch tonight? Wanna
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do something else.
Yeah.
Let it roll
Took
in.
my wife to the ER in the middle of one of those.
Yeah,
So
you did. You did actually. Yeah, we're like, oh God, where's
I was like,
where's
gotta go.
I gotta go to the ER.
well, I guess I have to stop the
hope
recording
you're
now.
But you know what? It's what it's all about again. So
She's fine, by the way.
she is. Yep.
She was
Uh-oh,
pregnant. It's all
yeah.
good.
Okay. Anyways, we got another one here from Laura, and Laura said, if you could remove any hero from the game and believe that they wouldn't impact the overall game, who would you pick? And I'm gonna throw in my 2 cents
Umbra?
and say, why is it Black Widow? I would say
actually
Black
had
Widow. Take her
I
out.
played against a Black Widow earlier this week, and she was popping off.
I would say Black Panther.
Hey,
I'd say
come on,
either
man.
one, honestly.
I don't think either of them. I don't see either of them hugely played a lot. I don't see either of them completely like rolling a team and forcing changes. I feel they're
Black
both-
Panther can, dude. That's the one thing. A Black Panther that's playing well in a back line can just totally decimate your healers.
You haven't seen me play yet, Matt.
But I still don't. I think if you took him out, it wouldn't be as big of an impact as some other characters would be, because you don't see him played as well. That's why I would put him on the level of Black Widow. That if someone's good with them, yes, they can impact the game and be a solid
Or Namor.
character. No, I do Namor. I think.
Yeah, this is a tough question. I don't know that I have an answer.
Like, I wouldn't take any of these characters out. Don't get me wrong, because I think they just.
I saw Namor
Variety
played a
is the
lot in the
spice of life.
Invitational.
Yeah, he's the Spider-Man counter. He's everywhere.
I feel like someone who has a similar character in it already. So as you said, Black Panther, because we have Wolverine kind of plays like
Yeah.
or
Spider-Man.
Psylocke or Spider-Man, like those like dive assassins kind of thing.
Marioka?
Or the not supports, strategists. I feel like Luna and Mantis are kind of similar because they have that alt that kind of like, saves everybody. So maybe
Yeah.
taking out one of them, maybe Mantis because she's played less.
I was gonna say, yeah, maybe Mantis, because Mantis, like, to me, is more of almost like Adam Warlock, where she's more of a damage healer. Because again, with her, hitting them with your primary does not heal. You have to kind of keep doing that. I don't even know what it is, like the little boost that she kind of
A
like
leaf.
she throws out there. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
so
leaf.
I could see that.
First heal.
But if you took someone like Luna out, yeah, Luna's that would totally change the game. If
Yeah.
making it make
I guess
it
she's
Luna's
would.
not going anywhere.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
especially Danny Koo. That's his
Yeah,
creation.
Danny
She ain't
Koo.
going anywhere.
Danny Koo.
Nope.
Yeah, all of the vanguards are pretty unique. I'd say there's not really two that
Mm-mm.
you wouldn't notice.
I think you could take out
Was
Iron Fist.
Yeah,
not
Maybe, but I would
similar
think
Usually
Yeah.
impact the game. I'm thinking like impact the overall game.
Season
I
0
think
Iron
they're-
Fist, no. Season 1, 1.5, no. Maybe the only thing I think Iron Fist, and I think we all kind of fell to it is Iron Fist is like, my new player's first melee character is Iron Fist, where it's like, because he has the lock on melee, like he's the best to get people who want to be a DPS melee. Like he's the one you should start with, because you get a feel for how melee in the game works. Like Wolverine, you shouldn't be playing first, although he can be great at taking down tanks or vanguards, but he's not the one you want to start with. Iron Fist is just great to kind of get your feet wet with that. So I think he would be somewhat of an impact, because I think you'd have new players who maybe want to play melee, just wouldn't be able to get up to speed quick enough.
It reminds me of this TikTok I saw this week. It's of a comp match, and they're in the character selection, and in the voice chat, the guy, you all of a sudden just hear, "So here are the best tips to play Black Panther," and the team is like, "Wait, you're watching a how-to guide?" And they banned Black Panther.
That's
and
great.
The guy's like, "Oh no, what are you talking about?" And then you hear, "Here's the best way to play Namor," and they're like, "What?"
That's pretty good.
But it was just like,
That's exactly what I did the other night.
those are not. You do not.
That was
play,
Neil.
you know,
They've literally recorded Neil playing Black
you do
Panther.
not play high-ranked comp watching how to unless you're him.
Yeah, I know it all. I got it. That's funny.
Let's see. We got one more here on Discord. This comes from Commando76, and they say, "What is your favorite skin?"
My own.
I love the podcast. Good job. Mine, I would say, is probably either the Captain America.
Galactic.
No, what is the not
Infinity War?
Endgame. Infinity War, Captain America. Actually love that skin, dude. The emote looks so good. It's just great.
Where's your pumpkin spice latte? you
Or
basic
it is,
little
what is the
boy?
new Venom skin? I can't think of the name of that one either. The Venom.
Orange?
Dream Thickle?
No, not Dreamthickle. The awesome one that I was forced to
I
buy.
gotta coin that. That's
You should. Dream Tickle is forever.
Dream Thickle.
Which
Or
one
that-
is it,
That's gonna be
Ken's?
my new
The-
alt account.
The Venom, where he's the
Symbiote.
I don't know
leaking.
what it's called. I know that it's
it's so good.
the
It's my
codex of
Yeah.
The Codex, yes, the Venom
Flash
Codex, whatever that
Thompson.
is.
I don't know what
Yeah.
the skin is called.
That's probably my favorite.
Space
I
Knight?
think. No,
No.
I mean I have Space Knight, which
Well,
is I like that one too.
Yeah.
But no,
Mhm.
Well,
that's
I love a
mine.
good Thor skin, so mine's probably the
Danny
Herald,
Cates.
the Herald Thor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like the Thor of Thunder or whatever with the guitar sounds.
Mhm.
That'll be one if I buy that. I'll get that one.
I
I'm
don't-
really enjoying the Hulk guitar player guy, the Punk Hulk.
I think for me, it's either, and I don't play this character at all, the punk magic skin,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
or
one's up there for me too.
the classic Fantastic Four skins.
Like the blue.
Like the blue.
The blue,
The
yeah,
blue,
not the
yeah.
white, the blue.
The blue is sweet.
Just because they're clean, they're simple. I like either like clean or like heavy, crazy, like the
Way over the
Galactic,
top.
like the robot armor ones for Cap and Black Panther and
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. We have one over on Spotify as well. This one comes to us from Storm King 2110, and they said, "Hey, it's me again. Which Hellfire Gala skins do you hope they add?" Now, hey, we're not saying that there's a Hellfire Gala skins coming, but if there was, which one? I would want a Mr. Sinister skin. Put Mr. Sinister in the game, because that's just wasn't he in the Hellfire Gala? I know he was in the part of the council there, or whatever that was, over in Krakoa.
His Hellfire, like his first Hellfire Gala outfit is actually super cool. They actually have books. There was a line of variant covers with art done by different artists that were just like shots of them in their outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Colossus is a really good one. Jean Grey is a sick one. In the second Hellfire Gala, a lot of the other Avengers started coming, and they were, más o menos. But I feel like Psylocke, if we got Jean Grey, Cyclops, those would be like the big ones.
Yeah.
I haven't read this, but I'm looking at what I think is magic. Is this magic with like the black horns and?
Yeah.
Oh man,
That'd
that's
be a sick
awesome.
one.
I love this event. They're about to come out with a combined trade with all the last 3 Hellfire Galas in it, because every year it's basically the debut of a new X-Men team, and so you're allowed to vote. They let the readers vote who is the new member who's going to be added to it. And the first year ended up being Firestar, which I picked. Second year it was Polaris, which I picked. So I'm 2 for 2. But yeah, just a great idea. Really awesome opportunity to involve artists as well.
Yeah, I'm just looking this up. Was there a Hellfire Gala Snap season? Looks like there's a bunch of cards.
Maybe. I'm trying to think back. I mean, I kind
December
of follow along with Snap, but I'm
2023.
not sure if there was.
Yeah, so there's some cool art. I guess it was in December 2023. Wow, that game's been out that long. That's surprising.
Yep.
So yeah, I see the Magic one you're talking about. Bishop, Doctor Doom, Rogue. Captain America has a pretty cool dress up kind of thing.
It's an outfit.
Little tie. Was that a cape? Does he have a cape?
I believe so.
Who's this guy in the furs?
I'm not sure.
Wolverine?
I'm not looking at
Boots
your
with the
screen.
fur.
I'll have to see.
Anyway,
Sabretooth. I don't know.
Oh, Sabretooth. That's cool. Yeah, bring Sabretooth in the game.
All right. But again, if you want to be a part of the show, shoot us an email, rivalsassemblepod@gmail.com, or leave us a comment over on Spotify, and you can have your voice heard here at the end of the show, or join our Discord. That's a great way too. We're going to be asking every week before we go on the air here if anybody has any questions. So go ahead and join the Discord. You can find that link over in the show notes. You can also reach out to us on X or Blue Sky at Rivals Assemble. And like we said, we have our poll going. So next week's poll, which comic accurate character would you like to see in the game? Either Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, Lady Loki, Spider-Ham, Beta Ray Bill, or Symbiote Jeff. Go ahead and go over to Spotify under this episode and vote over there and let us know
for the memes
who you want to see in the game. And don't forget as well, also, if you do want to help support the show, you can head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/rivalsassemble. It's $5 to become a true believer here of the podcast. You get an exclusive Discord role. If you link your Discord, you become a true believer in the Discord, as well as getting 2 episodes of MCU Recap every single month. They're going to come out on Mondays, and we will be putting the new one into the feed here shortly. So tomorrow, by the time many of you hear this, it will already be up. And that is, we're starting with Iron Man and moving all the way through the MCU to catch up to now. And then we'll go back and start going through some of the previous movies, as well as through the television shows. And every Wednesday, you're going to get an episode of just one of us, an exclusive guest show where we're going to take you on a little journey through our minds and whatever interests we have. And we'll always be looking for content, too, from you guys as well. So if there is anything you want to know about us or anything specifically you want us to talk about, let us know, and we can get you guys over in there as well. So any questions or topics you guys want to throw out here at the end of the show?
I'm going to tell you how high I can count by just counting for one episode.
That's gonna be your episode.
So how high can I count?
Hey, I think Mr.
It's a fun
Beast
game.
did that.
Yeah.
That's how he became
Never
famous.
mind. Changing my idea.
Am I going first? Am I going this week? I think for the first one. This one.
No.
Sounds like you
Oh,
are.
Did we want to do an in-game challenge for the week?
Anyways, that's going to be it for the show. Okay, what do we got? We did forget to put this in the thing. So these guys are coming up with an idea to have a in-game challenge for one of us every single week. And
So who is it?
I mean, you guys were saying you wanted it to be me, I guess, to go first. Now, what is the stipulation? So what it is one of us pretty much has to either play a character or just do
Here,
something.
I'll roll a d4 and 1 to 4 in order of how they are on my screen right now. That's 4.
So who's that?
That's Matt.
It's Matt.
So Matt.
Okay.
So Matt has to. Now it's what challenge? Oh, I had one for Matt because
Gosh.
you said you need to be a duelist, so you're only allowed playing duelists this week in game. Is there a specific one that we should make him get really good with?
Is it like
Black Panther.
Or can you give me like
Hey.
a set amount of games that
That's
I have
what it needs
play?
to be. I think
Because
we
It's like
can't
the
do all
I'm
that.
not
majority
gonna
of
lie,
your games.
I will stray and play
Yeah.
other roles. Except Vanguard.
Try to do maybe like what 7 matches, 6 matches, something like that, and then just like give us feedback.
What an odd number.
All right, 10 matches. I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
Play
10 matches. I think 10 is
10
good.
is a good number.
six
Okay.
and a
That's a
half
good-
matches.
And do we want to pick one character that you have to do it?
Yes.
Because then we want to hear your experience.
Right.
Like, what did you learn? Give us some tips, and this will help with our.
Do
our
we
tips
have to
and-
provide proof with screenshots?
Yes, we will check your tracker.d.
Well, Matt
GG.
hides his, so he
Matt.
can't. So he needs to send
Because
us.
I know that Mark just sits there and refreshes it.
Is he playing him yet?
Yeah, give us a screenshot of your.
I think it has to be a melee character for Matt. It has to be, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I would almost want to say
we do a dice
Iron
roll.
Fist.
I'm quite a good squirrel girl. So
I know,
maybe we'll-
but so you cannot play
Yeah.
Quick Squirrel because you're already familiar. The whole thing is stepping outside your comfort zone.
I want to.
Do I
So
need-
let's
also good
do.
do
I
I need to use
said
that magic skin?
okay.
Yes,
There you
that's
go.
what it was. You bought the magic
bought the
skin,
skin.
so now you have
Oh,
to
so,
use it.
Yeah, magic. There you go. Easy.
Yep. So you have to be magic for 10 games this week. And,
Straight. They have to be 10 games straight too. They can't be
straight.
broken up.
Okay.
Because that's the thing. If you get frustrated, you can I'll take a fill in and go play somebody else. No, you have to commit 10 matches in a row as magic.
Mark wants me to get tilted. What?
Yes.
And when you play, you have to
Good thing
go
I don't
on,
get
like,
tilted.
Doesn't take much.
and
at
then have it play the. So you want to be a great magic player every time. Just see what kind of responses you get.
On comms.
This already.
great.
Do we? Does it have to be quick match?
Yes. Don't do comp. Don't do comp.
Yeah,
We're
it
not
can
gonna
be,
get
it
mad.
can be whatever.
No. I'm
I-
saying or like versus AI.
I gotta practice my.
No, it's
typing
gotta be
skills
quick
on
match.
my PS5
Okay.
controller. Hey guys, sorry I'm doing a challenge. I'm gonna be a trash magic, but please don't report.
Do
me.
it. Yeah,
But you
do it.
don't know. By the end, you might not be. You might actually be
Yeah.
a decent magic.
Well,
We'll see what happens.
Nice.
say
But
yes
yeah.
and see what happens.
So be on the lookout for that. And again, because I think I'm talking about our Patreon there, patreon.com/rivalsassemble. Head over there. So
Join the
with,
Discord.
with that, everybody, thank you here as always for tuning into the show. However you're tuning in. And until next time, we'll catch you later. Peace. Ken's, I think we're 2 minutes short of 2 hours.
No.
Yes.
I knew this was going to be the one.
Yep. 2:06, and I wrote down 8:30 to start. So
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Wow.
I thought it was all falling. Like I thought things started to melt.
Matt,
at,
count to
at
120.
2 hours.
Go.
1,
I
2.
thought things were melting at 2 hours because we all went to
One.
the abyss.
That's
You were
funny.
able to
Oh, at
bring
the
us
very
back,
end.
Mark?
Yeah. That's crazy.
You're a pro.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to wrap it there. We have a Iron Man episode to record. So everybody
Thanks for watching,
streaming
everybody.
that's watching us. Yeah. Thank you guys. We had a good group tonight. Got a bunch of
Yeah.
people in there. Appreciate it. So the podcast will be posted here in a couple hours, the audio version of that. And then, of course, we will get the Iron Man episode probably some point tomorrow morning. I'll get that up over on the Patreon if you guys are interested in that. So,
Hey, do we want to raid anybody?
Some bald guy?
Yeah, I saw something about that.
I didn't ban them. I just timed them out.
I was watching Matt's
I didn't
policing
understand that.
in the
What
chat.
is that?
They
I
were.
don't know.
Some person said that if they hit X amount of viewers, that they were going to shave their head. And they were like,
Oh.
"This." I was, if it's a regular who comes in, maybe I'll entertain the thought. But they were first time chatter, and it followed like a minute before.
Oh, it sounded like
chatting.
someone that was just hitting random streams, telling people to
Oh,
raid
100%.
so they can watch someone shave their head.
And I was like, I'll just ignore it. And then they redeemed channel points to highlight the message, reposting it again. And I was like, nah, Panhammer.
The Iron Fist.
That's right. Bring the Iron Fist.